Yeah, baby. We here on time. How about that, baby? That means we ready. It's another episode of Rated G with Gary G. Garcia and Brian T. Licata. Once again, we're here, your boys. I am Gary G. Garcia, along with my brother in misinformation, Brian T. Licata. And today we have a special guest with us, man. The one, the only, Steve Rinaldi. Is it Steve Rinaldi or Steven Rinaldi? What do you go by?
Steven on my birth certificate. Steve. I like
stage. Steve. Yeah. That's what I thought it was. But
Gary, you killed when you came down to Soul Joel's, man. Good job.
Oh, thank you, man. It was a fun show.
We didn't chat that as much as I'd like to. You know, whenever you bring your lady, when you're a comic and you bring you're doing two jobs at the same time.
Yeah, well, you broke out. I went looking for you and they said you broke out already.
Well, you took your lady to the show. I had to go home to my lady. So, you know.
Well, thank you for having me. I appreciate you bringing me to the show. And I had a good time, man. So big up to Soul Joe. I got a question. When we came on, you said to Brian, you don't want to talk any mob stuff. And Brian said, well, why would you think we were going to talk any mob stuff? And you said, I saw something about, crime in Philly. Why automatically, when you hear the word crime in Philly, do you relate that to mob?
Huh?
Why is it that you saw crime in Philly and right away you were like, oh, these dudes are going to talk about the mob? Why? What does the mob have to do with crime in Philly? I didn't even know the mob existed anymore.
I don't recall saying that.
Didn't Giuliani take them all out? I thought Giuliani.
I thought we were going to talk about the Phillies and that the crime that's erupting from the good in this city.
That's the good?
Yeah.
Where are you now? You're in Philly, right? You live in Philly?
See, the problem was, bro, you didn't read what I wrote. You skimmed the headline and made an assumption and didn't read that it was actually about this kid who got murdered in Philly is what we were going to talk about.
I don't recall making an issue about anything. This is pretty funny.
Nah, man, I hear you. Deny everything.
You guys love.
You should be in politics.
I can't believe you haven't had Dom Herrera on the show yet because you guys like busting balls and pushing.
I just didn't want to hurt your feelings, bro. I didn't want to have him on before you.
No, I would, Brian. And any way that I could help, not just you, anybody, Gary. I loved it. It's building. You built a relationship with Dom and Eleanor, and that's all good stuff. Look how we all stayed connected through AC Jokes. In a lot of ways, you can thank the AC Jokes guys for Rated G.
Most definitely, we
right?
Well, not necessarily for Rated.
We're not going to thank anybody for it.
I was doing Rated.
We're not going to say thank you.
Yeah, it's not going to be a thank you.
Yeah.
Big up to Sean. What's up, Sean? DJ Shawnee Sean. That's my DJ from Resorts.
Oh, dope. So people talk while we're
yeah, they'll send comments up, man.
Nice,
to let you know, if you're in line or not.
Well, do you react off of everything they say, or sometimes you just let it?
Nah, we go to the comments for the most part.
Yeah, I'd say 90% of the time.
Yeah. Sometimes some might get by, but they don't come in that quick, so we're pretty good. Yeah. I want to give a special Rated G shout out to my man Sean. He painted my car's nails yesterday. I went and got my baby's nails done. Go to my page, man. Bring up my page real quick. Bring up my last post.
Okay.
I want to show this man's beautiful work that he did for me, man. Adding a little bit of style to my cruiser, Nicole, the worship mobile. Yeah, man. He went. That's my man Sean, DJ Shawnee Sean. He hooked up my nails, man. Hooked up my nails. I went with the red.
I like that you're calling them your nails.
They're like her nails. What else are you gonna paint? Look at that.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Nice, right?
They look great, dude. They really do look sharp.
Man.
Yeah. You got
man.
a pull-out shot too, son?
Yes, son.
Oh.
I was gonna
nice
tear
little
it up,
spot
but
he's got back here, dude.
oh, dude, he's got this dude right here is the real deal, man.
Yeah.
Like he's got
Wow,
thanks
they look
again,
good, dude.
Sean. I appreciate you. They
Wait,
came out beautiful.
this guy's working from home?
He just did that for me in front of his crib. Yeah, I pulled
like
up.
a favor, a little bit of a handshake.
Yeah.
Nice,
He hooked me up. You know, he does the sound for us over at resorts. He's been a guest on our show. He has a crazy like Star Wars collection, man. It's insane, yo. Like, it's really insane. I'm actually gonna send you this video of his it was his whatchamacallit, his theater downstairs. And
like his home theater.
It's like his man cave, I guess you would call it. You know, I guess you would call it the man cave. But this shit was insane, yo. I'm gonna send it to you right now. Hold on a second. Chats to my man Brian. I just sent it to you. This was his I went in there and he had a freaking Millennium Falcon parked in the driveway. I was like, wait a minute.
I think you texted that to me yesterday.
I texted that picture to you. The shit was bigger than me. I'm like, oh, okay. Because Buddha, who we've also had on the show, he has quite a collection when it comes to Star Wars and stuff like that. And this dude was next level. This shit is next level. He got life-size fucking superheroes all over the house. Big up to you, Sean. This is his. Oh yeah, that's the Millennium Falcon. I could have sat in it.
You know, it's interesting when you meet people like that to collect stuff. The first thing that comes to my mind is the kind of money they can make if they wanted to flip it. That in the true collector's mindset, they don't even think that way.
Oh no, he does. He says he calls it his retirement.
You know
what I'm saying?
Yeah. He's banking on the back end.
That Millennium Falcon goes for a couple of thousand. He got it from a person that didn't know what they were holding on to.
Bro, I bet.
How could you not know that was worth something? You know,
I think the person who owned it died, and the relatives were trying to get rid of some stuff. So he grabbed that, I think, if I'm correct, on Facebook.
What do you have a value that we can sell when you go?
Who, me?
Yeah. Do you have anything like collectible? I just want to know what's like around that I can, list.
I'll tell you. I got 8 crates of records.
Yeah, but they don't have the things, right?
What do you mean?
The covers?
Some of them, the covers are messed up. It's messed up because the cover was actually worth more than the album. But I have a lot of albums that are still fucking worth money. Yeah, of course.
What else you got?
A bunch of vinyl, I got a couple of crates of CDs that are probably worth something, but I don't know how much CDs are worth. Not much, right? I got like a bunch of Black Diamond Disney VHS tapes.
There'll be some little pings on that, I'm sure, dog.
Those Black Diamond ones are worth dough. If you got those Black Diamond ones,
What are the Black Diamond Disney tapes, dude?
Show the video of his theater, man. Show the video of his theater. He wants to flex. Let him flex. He put on this thing that was just like the Star Wars sounds. Just sounds from Star Wars.
Where's the video? Did you send me the video
too? On Instagram. It's on your Instagram so that it stays clear. The sound, I'm like, oh, they make this just so you could flex your sound system, because the sound system was nuts, dude. I felt like he put on what was that one you put on Top Gun? And when the jet took off, I felt like I was in it. The whole couch was fucking vibrating and shit.
He was playing it in the house.
Yeah, in his he has a theater. He has a home theater downstairs. It's insane. When you walk into it, you feel like you're walking into like a spaceship of Star Wars. And he pretty much makes like a bunch of this shit. Like the whole shit is designed by him. This dude's amazing. He's amazing. I didn't realize how much of a rock star this dude is. He has his own woods. He goes in the back. He has his own woods. You know what I'm saying? I went in the back. I thought he was going to kill me.
Maybe he owns resorts and you don't even know it.
I went in the back. He was showing me the back where he's going to put this thing where he could watch the sunrise with his wifey. And I'm thinking for a second, Sean, I'm not going to lie. I'm like, is this where he's going to murder me? Because I've been watching Wrong Turn. I've been catching all those episodes of Wrong Turn. The hee dude running around.
Yeah.
And I kind of felt like I might get a little killed out there for a second. I'm like, but then why'd he spend all the time painting my baby's nails? You know what I'm saying? Like, he could have just killed me.
Bro,
and not even wasted his time.
My head goes like
I don't have the video, bro.
I sent it to Brian T. Licata. Are you not on the right one? Is that what it is? It says you're active now. Oh, wait, it didn't go to you. Why didn't it go? That's pretty strange. Let's try it again.
It's all day, Rinaldi, with this.
Chats. Brian
It's all
Licata.
day.
I watched last night. I watched the first.
Whoops.
Sorry.
Oh, it says unable to share. I wonder why. All right, whatever, man. I don't know. I can't share it for some reason. I don't know what you did with it, Sean, but it's amazing, dude. It's an amazing theater. It made me want to watch the Star Wars episodes. Like, if you're gonna watch it, that's the place to watch it. The sound was incredible. You know what I'm saying?
I never seen one. Never watched it. Have no interest.
You've never seen one?
Never seen one.
You've never seen one?
Never seen one. But let me ask you a question. If I was going to watch one, which one would you say is the best one?
I mean, I feel like you have to start with the order that they were released in. You know, I always feel like that's, you know, because they weren't released sequentially in order of how they happened. You know what I mean? Because it goes, you know, the first 3 movies, and then it goes back in time, and then it goes forward in time. But I think you should watch them as they were intended to be seen, you know?
Probably. That's probably the way to watch it.
Yeah.
I just got inbox from my boy Richard, who always comes on and comments on us. He says he can't comment today because unfortunately he reposted one of our things and he got banned on Facebook.
Really? He reposted one of our stuff? Something from us?
Yeah. He posted.
And how did we not get in trouble for it though? He got in trouble for it, but we didn't get in trouble for it. What was the post? Can he screenshot it and email it to me or text it to me or something?
I could do that.
I'll put my email in the chat.
Hold on. So this is I just sent it to you in your whatchamacallit. I just sent it to you in your, and then this is what they sent them.
Where are you sending it to me at? Okay,
I just texted it to you. That's crazy, man. I'm sorry, man, to get y'all in trouble, yo. Here's the other one. This is what they sent to him. Oh, I'm sorry, man. I didn't mean to get you into any kind of trouble, dog. He said he's still listening, so thank you, man, for listening. He just can't chime in. You know,
I guess that's a first for us, dude.
Go to YouTube, man, or Rumble, man. I told you, man. These freaking isn't Facebook and Instagram both owned by the same people now?
They are. Yeah, they're both owned by Meta, which is the parent company for Facebook.
Yeah. Whatever, man.
I don't remember it being so many rules. Like now, they'll shut you down for anything.
Oh, dude, I don't even know how.
And I don't know who decides what's bad, what's good. Who's making the decision out of like the social media sites?
Some blue-haired, 20-year-old with no life experience who's easily offended. You got the things, Brian?
Yeah. Well, one's not downloading.
Look at that. They don't want to share it. But either way, he shared one of our things and they sent them. I'll read to you what they sent them. Yeah, that's the one right there. I forgot who's on the show with us. It looks like it's the one with
This is Steve right here.
Oh, that's Steve?
Yeah, he was just yeah, this is the episode we're on now. That he can't get onto. But I can't
it says they sent them a thing that says oh no. He put up a thing. All right. It says we reviewed your post again and confirmed that it does not allow our community standards on adult sexual exploitation. We know this is disappointing, but we want to keep Facebook safe and welcoming to everybody.
What do you guys?
Who is sexually exploiting?
You posted porn pictures on here?
Yeah, Rinaldi, take your shirt off, bro. That's what kind of podcast this is. Take your shirt off.
That's a horror movie. That ain't a porn.
He put up a post that said, here's your white privilege. And it was a meme with Donald Trump.
Oh, so it wasn't even us.
Yeah, it wasn't even us. He sent me the other thing. I don't know where that came from. But either way,
dude, shout out to you for getting
shout out to you. You keep doing what you're doing. All right? You keep fucking doing what you're doing. We will not conform. All right? I think it may be referring to about the Duncan story.
When you were shaking your little ping at the at the thing.
Yeah.
What
Oh
happened?
well.
Fill me in.
It was a story
Okay.
I shared.
I don't want to
about
get
me.
you guys banned or blocked.
Nah, dude, believe me, we don't need you for that.
Yeah.
I was sharing a story about how I one day I shook my dingling at a couple for talking shit.
Hold it out.
What happened? Yeah.
Hold it
shook it. I shook it at him. I wiggled it at him. And
I wonder what. See, that's very disrespectful.
Yes,
but
that's why
I just got into a conversation with somebody that said it don't get any more disrespectful than if you spit in somebody's face. That is a level. That is a level that you can't even apologize for. Like, it's
if you're gonna do that, you don't apologize. I've never apologized. I'm the llama.
You've spit in someone's face,
dude. I identify as a llama. You've never known this? I identify as a llama. I spit in many people's faces. Wow. Mark says I was spitting on people when AIDS was around. King Handle says Rumble will become the same way. Rumble is running the same playbook. Allow everything, slowly clean everything up to get those
the ad money.
To get those ad money.
Comes down to dollars and cents.
Well, I will say this though. They've already went to Rumble to cancel what's his face? What's that?
Russell Brand.
Russell Brand, and they refused to do it. They said that's not how they're gonna do it. So we'll see if it stays that way. Mm-hmm. But you're probably right, King Handles. You're probably right. Michelle says, hi guys. Hey Michelle, how you doing? Michelle, you know Steve. You must have seen Steve before.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that's like a part of his that's a part of his thing right there. And that little canister thing, he made that himself. He's insane. The dude's insane, man. He's got so much cool shit. It was great. While I waited for my calipers.
He's a good dude, man. I like Sean.
While I waited for my calipers to drive, he took me on a tour. He's got a life-size Spider-Man, 2 life-size Batman, a life-size Hulk that I didn't get to see because it was taken apart. It's crazy. It's crazy, dude. It's like walking into a museum. And then his wife got like all these Disney things that are really dope, man. Yeah, man. I'll be back. That's a cool. Dope ass spot, man. This dude's a rock star. Most rock stars I know don't perform. But so what's going on with you, Steve? How's the married life treating you? What is it now? Have you hit 2 years already?
I love it. Yep. And when I remember when my daughter was coming, you probably don't remember this. You're outside AC Jokes, and I'm telling you, I got a baby. I'm having a girl.
Yeah, I remember.
And I remember you said to me something along the lines of, man, like your world, the next 18 years is going to flipping away.
Did I say 18 years? I meant for the rest of your life.
No, you definitely said 18 because
I was wrong.
Because then you said something about how you did a routine of the hustle and grind. You were living in the city during 9/11, and you were working and grinding, and what drove you were your kids and the whole setup of that. Something I don't recall exactly.
Well, I remember the day actually, and I remember you telling me you were nervous for having a daughter, and I was telling you, listen, just love her the way she's supposed to be loved, and then she'll judge every man by those standards. But if I said 18 years, I was definitely wrong because it doesn't end. You never stop worrying. My daughter right now is celebrating her anniversary with my son-in-law. Big up to Kyle and Jasmine, which is probably why she's not on. They're out there in Mexico. Now,
they don't got no internet in Mexico, bro?
No, she's been sending me stuff and everything. Well, she's out on the beach right now. She's chilling. She's on vacation.
No excuse, Jasmine.
But she's sending me pictures left and right. And then last night, I come across this fucking article that says there's some drug cartel out there that has just I ain't even fucking with you, dog. They sent me a thing, right? Hold on, I'll find it.
Who sent it to you?
I got this news thing that sends me all kinds of highlights from different news organizations. Smart News.
Yeah, Smart News. It's an app.
Yeah, so
Gary
now,
actually got me turned on to it.
Is it a reliable source or what?
Well, they send articles from all different news sources.
It's one app, yeah, that'll give you information from every different news like publication.
Yeah,
Pretty
so
cool.
now I'm at home getting ready to go to sleep, minding my business. My daughter just sent me, her last load of pictures of the day, a couple of iguanas and shit. And then I come across this article that says this cartel is they just came out and declared where is it, man? They just came out and declared a whatchamacallit, what's that shit? A purge. That they showed up in Mexico with one of like the biggest Mexican cartels, and they're like, we're hitting every city, we're purging every city, you sons of bitches, and this and that. And apparently 2 people have already been killed. Hold on, I'm trying to find the article. I know I'm
yeah, I got it.
So of course I'm sitting there and I'm looking at all the places they say they're gonna go to.
This is it.
Yeah, that's it right there. And of course I'm sitting there. I'm reading it, and I think she's in Cancun, and they had a list yesterday when I read it of all the places. And it basically was every spot. You know what I'm saying? Cancun was on there as well. But when I went on today, the article no longer had the list of places.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So I'm sitting here, I'm nervous. I don't want to mess up her, like I'm texting her and I don't want to mess up her vacation. She's in a resort, but that don't mean shit either. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, I mean, just look at what happened in Israel. These motherfuckers was at a dancing place, chilling at a concert. They didn't expect fucking motherfuckers to come down with fucking.
Bro, that's how the invasion happens, dude. You never expect it, dog.
And that's what I'm saying.
Those
so
videos
now,
were crazy. The paratroopers coming in on those people, they were like dancing at the music festival.
Yeah, fucking insane.
Oh, you could see videos of that?
Yeah, bro. I'll pull one of them up because it was.
That's sad. That is sad.
King Handle says first rule of purging is you don't say where you're going to purge. Well, not necessarily. Not in the movies. In the movies, they're like, we're purging at this time. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. And you also know those drug cartels, man. They're all about saying whatever. Now, I put my daughter's, I put the rest of my daughter's safety in God's hands, of course, because there's nothing I can do, and I've had to do that since I was no longer involved in the rearing of this child. And even then, you only have so much control. So, of course, I believe she's safe. But I would be lying if I didn't say that shit puts concern to me. And now I'm talking to her and I'm trying to like, to tell her to be alert without trying to fuck up her shit so that she's nervous. And then she's like, so then I just said, fuck it. I called up and I said, listen, man, just stay together. And if you see anything out of the motherfucking ordinary, don't sit there and question it. All right, because there's some shit going on in Mexico. Well, there's always something going on in Mexico, but
what I take from your advice and what you're saying to me right now, from going back to having a family and everything, is you got to get comfortable being uncomfortable.
Oh, yeah, that's it.
That's it. You got to master that.
Yeah, and that's everybody always wants their kids to start walking, but the minute they do, it's all over. Because that's when you no longer, nah, man. That's when you just no longer have control. See, right now you put them down, they're not walking. You put them down, you turn around, come back, they're still there.
Right.
Once they start walking, you put them right here, you turn around, come back, they're gone. You know what I'm saying? Now that's the beginning of how much control you have and how much you can actually protect them. That's why me personally, I said, I put my trust in God's hands, but I'm a father, So then I spoke to her and I said, listen, if you see anything, I don't want to fuck up your vacation. Enjoy yourself.
Yeah, you bring up God a lot, on stage, off stage. Do you consider yourself a very religious person?
Religious? No.
But you bring up God a lot.
I consider myself to have a relationship with God. I guess you would say I'm Christian. I'm not a very good Christian.
Is part of it because of the the alleged corruption within the church and all that? Is that part of it?
Well, it's the alleged corruption. It's It's the fact that they don't preach a true gospel. It's the fact that there's a lot of lies mixed in their truths. I don't really believe in religion as far as religion goes, because there's so many of them. And I believe that that brings separation. I believe all religions to basically be of Satan, to be honest, because the half truth is still a lie. So it brings separation.
What were you raised? What were you raised?
I was raised Catholic.
You too, right, Bri?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was raised.
Yeah.
I guess you could say I was raised Catholic. I mean, it wasn't like.
Did your mom bring you to church every Sunday?
I had to go to church every Sunday because I went to Catholic school. So going to church was a mandate.
Yeah, but you didn't. I mean, you didn't. When were you Catholic? You were young when you were in Catholic school, right? You didn't go to
I was an altar boy. I was at Catholic school for 8 years to 8th grade.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and then it's funny because I used to be like, Ma, I met this person who says they're Christian. They don't say they're Catholic, they say they're Christian. Back in the day, my mother would be like, oh, well, no, they're not Catholics. And I go, but what's the difference? I keep hearing them talk about Jesus. We talk about Jesus. What's the difference? And now my mother's Christian. She's no longer Catholic. And I found out what the differences were too. That
they wouldn't really tell you. There was never a good answer back in the day. Because I remember asking that question also, and there was no answer.
What's funny? They always said they weren't Christian. Now they say they're Christian.
Oh, what, Catholics?
That? Catholics say they're Christians.
Yes. Yeah.
And Christians are like, they're not Christians because they're not. Christianity don't need priests. You know what I'm saying? Christianity doesn't have priests. You don't need to confess your sins to a priest. You confess your sins to God through the blood of Jesus Christ. If you're saved, that gives you the connection now. There's no longer a connect that you need a priest to go between y'all. And if you want to keep it real, priests only supposed to come from the bloodline of Aaron. So I don't even accept those people to be real priests. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I thought whatever you were raised, every religion has a system. Every religion has a system.
Of course.
Yeah, what do you mean? They have a system?
No, well, he said priest,
Well, I mean, listen, you could have a system or you could have truth. What's truth? You understand what I'm saying? In other words,
I think you're answering when you say I love God, God's in my life. I mean, who's anybody to judge you if you're not going to church every Sunday as being a person? Yeah.
I didn't say that at all. In fact, Scripture says, where 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, there is church. So the fact that we're talking about this right now and all these listeners, we're having a church of our own in reality. This is church. We're doing what you would call studies. We're questioning things and, asking questions about God. That is church.
Can we get a tax write-off?
Maybe. You look into that, man.
I know where you're going with that.
You look into that, man.
It comes down to. Let me tell you something. I visited the Vatican. Holy shit!
Oh, you've been there?
Yeah, I went with an ex-girlfriend. It is a beautiful.
Wait a minute. You came back with her, right? She's not an ex-girlfriend because somehow she disappeared in the Vatican, which sometimes people disappear in the Vatican. King Anna says that this is church. I need a Cash App donation.
No, well, I didn't know you went to Rome. What was that like going through there? Like,
what's up, traveling runner?
When you walked through it the first time? Yeah, all right, we got some comments, and then we'll go back to that question.
Let's go Mets. What a ball breaker. Where they at? They're golfing. What do you mean by that?
That's right. We're relaxing. Philly style. Y'all like the whiz wit.
Yeah. Makes me shit myself nowadays.
Traveling Runner says the Church of G. King Handle says we need to build a church. I promise I won't steal the money.
I got everybody riled up by asking. Listen, Gary. Gary talks about.
They know. They've been listening to me.
At least every time I cross paths with him or I see him on stage, he either says, "Hey, God bless your daughter." How's your? I think I look at him as a very religious guy. I never asked you that question.
Some people would say religious, but I say religiosity is all of Satan. I have a relationship that I have with God through Jesus Christ. I believe in Jesus Christ. I believe he was who he said he was, the Son of God. I believe that he is the truth, the way, and the light, and nobody gets to the Father but through him. That's what I believe. If you want to say that's a religion, that's fine. I'm not a really good Christian, so I won't claim Christianity. I mean, I claim it. If anything, I'm closest to being a Christian, which Christianity just means follower of Christ. If you break down the word and what it means, that's what it means, follower of Christ. you know, but I'm not a part of no organization. I'm not a part of no church.
Did you raise your kids Catholic? God.
No, I raised them to be Christian, and I raised them to question everything themselves, because my salvation doesn't save them. You know what I'm saying? I can only teach them. Scripture says, raise your children in the ways of the Lord, and they will return to it as they get older, which means at some point they're going to walk away from the things you teach them, because children rebel. But when you teach them, you know, hopefully they come back. Valley Runner says, Jesus is my homeboy. Mine too, baby. Mine too. And I really feel that way. I'm not a preacher or anything, man. I'm not trying to preach to nobody. I'm not trying to convert nobody. If my life in itself,
Rinaldi, what did it feel like when you walked into the Vatican?
The Vatican, yeah.
Like when you first walked in, what was like the energy, the feeling? Yeah. What did you feel?
Like you was in someplace holy, or did you feel a creepy vibe? Did you feel like an overwhelming sense of peace and love?
Definitely holy, but I think going there as a grown adult man, you can't help but think like, oh my God, the money, but it's like, that's what I'm thinking. It's like, it makes
I mean, dude, they are the biggest money launderer in the entire world.
I'm not saying that.
No.
I'm saying that.
Brian,
I'm saying that right now.
Brian, what I'm saying is, you see these images in these pictures,
made of gold.
You see these images and these pictures of things that, you know, like the White House and any big structure that's backed behind big money. There's nothing like walking into that place. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, I can only imagine, dog.
But of course, I felt like it was religious. Of course.
Yeah, but no, I'm not. That's not. Was it a positive feeling or a negative feeling? Or was it in the middle?
Did you feel
for a Catholic, that kid that was raised Catholic and Italian, it was like a bucket list moment. I always wanted to go there. Are you kidding? Yeah, it was great, but I didn't leave shaking my head like this is wrong. Like, no.
Did you feel like the feeling that people describe when they go to the Holy Land? Like, in other words, did you feel changed when you went in there? Did you feel this overwhelming sense of peace and joy, like you were in the presence of a holy place that's dwelt in by God?
No, because we were on these tours. It was very structured. They're
and also because God wasn't there.
No, they're telling you. Did you ever visit Washington? You go on these tours, stopping, they're directing you. You don't have a chance to have, in my opinion, whenever you do these things, you don't have a chance to have those moments really, because they're just dragging you. It's organized. You can't go here. You can't say, be quiet, lower your voice. It was just a lot of that, At least in my.
I mean, the truth of the matter though is that me and Brian, we can't expect you to have that feeling when you walk in, because you're not red pilled.
Not yet.
So in reality is, the reality is that you're dead to the things of the spirit, and they don't really move in you. You know what I'm saying? Like have you ever been to California?
I have family in Burbank. Yes.
So you've been there. When you got there, did you feel like you was in a place of like good things, or did it have like a real crazy kind of weightiness to you when you got there? Like something felt a little weird.
Me and Rinaldi are going to LA in a couple weeks.
We'll see if you feel the same.
Yeah, we'll see it then.
When you get off the plane, say, Rinaldi, how do you feel right now? And then you'd be like, look at me, my hairs are standing.
You're saying the second you breathe in that LA air, you feel it?
Dude, as soon as I get off the plane, bro. As soon as I get off the plane, dude, it's like a.
It's like when I went to New Orleans.
But it's not all like that though.
No, it's like when, and I'm not saying it's the people or anything. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not talking individuals. It's the people. It's a lot of the people, but I'm not saying there's no good people there. I'm not saying there are no Christians in LA. What I am saying is, like when I went to New Orleans, the minute we entered in there, I felt an overwhelming kind of like
a little voodoo.
Like something, a weightiness, you know what I'm saying? And why wouldn't I feel that? Because I walk with God, and that place has a lot of voodoo and magic and all that kind of crazy shit going on there. And they'll talk that shit of good magic, bad magic. I say it's all bad. I say it's all bad. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? I say it's all bad. That's just what I say. You don't have to agree with me.
What do you feel when you walk the Atlantic City boardwalk? What kind of vibe you get there?
Since the first day I came here, an overwhelming sense of
despair.
That's what I sense, and
Emptiness.
I felt from the first time I ever came here. That's why I always bug out that I actually live here, because the person who brought me out here loved Atlantic City, and they asked me, how do you like it? And I went, I don't know. It feels like a very sad place. You know, it feels like if these walls could share the tears that have been cried in them, it would overflood the whole city. Because it was like I saw this dude asleep at a freaking slot machine, and I thought to myself, they're gonna leave him there, because they know the minute his eyes open, he's putting more money in the slot machine. I've seen dudes gambling, falling asleep at the table, and they just leave their bets there. And if they don't wake up to take their win, they leave it there, and then they let them bet again. They just deal them in again. It's crazy, man. Hold on a second. You got to go back a little bit. Bro says religion. Oh, yeah. Actually, King Handles first says, I need a loan from the Vatican, 0% interest. We're all family. Yeah, good luck on that one. Bro says religion is for people who don't want to go to hell. Spirituality is for people who have gone through hell and don't want to go back. To an extent, I would I mean, that sounds really good. You know what I'm saying? Spirituality, see, that's the thing. The thing is spirituality too. When people go, I'm not religious, I'm spiritual. In a way, what does that mean? That could also go the way of New Age. There's all that New Age
that's kind of like
shit.
Is it?
You know what I'm saying? I mean, I try to stay away from the word spiritual. What I say is, I'm not religious. I believe in Jesus. Now, if you want to say that's religious, because it is part of religion, obviously. You know, religion is all based around God and Jesus and all those things. All religions, they all recognize Jesus. The only thing they argue about is who he is. You know, because the Muslims recognize and respect Jesus, the Jews recognize and respect Jesus, and the Christians, of course, recognize and respect Jesus. It's all about who they say, a prophet or the Son of God.
You know, doesn't like them, the Jews.
Well, no, not necessarily. I mean, Jesus was a Jew, man. Jesus was a Jew, and there's actually an organization, Jews for Jesus. Okay, so some Jews like him.
Not the ones I talk to, dude.
Oh, really? Fired up with you?
No, I'm just fucking around. Yeah. I'm just talking.
Traveling Runner says, did you think of The Godfather Part 3? Immobilati. That's to you, Steve. When you went into the Vatican, did you think of The Godfather Part 3?
No. Again, listen, scratch it off the bucket list. It was a great experience.
I'm guessing it was beautiful.
Oh, it was.
Because I ain't gonna lie, it's the art.
Dude, how could it not be beautiful, dude?
It's all fucking
centuries of oppression, robbery, and theft will create something that is the most beautiful piece of art on the planet. It's incredible, dude. I love it. Love the architecture. We see Traveling Runner
says, I did the slavery walking tour in New Orleans. That felt eerie as fuck. Yeah, man. There's a lot, the blood cries up from the ground, dude. You know what I'm saying? You could tell when you've been on ground that's fucked, you know. King Handle says, respect the jux. Respect the jux. Brian, you want to help me with that one?
Juxtaposition.
Michelle says, this little atheist will just keep being quiet. Michelle, do you know it takes more faith to be an atheist than to be into any other religion?
I don't think that's true.
Yeah, it does, man. To say that there is no God with the evidence all around you.
I have an aunt like that. She don't believe. She thinks when you die, you just rot in the dirt with the bugs. And you know what's crazy? I try to change her outlook and perspective on it, but she ain't having it.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's
also... I think because she's experienced some like heartache and seen some shit in her lifetime. Sometimes it's hard to switch that, you know.
Well, you're not supposed to carry that stuff, man.
Oh, like hold on to it.
You're not supposed to keep it, but it's hard to let go when you have no faith.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you let it go to? And listen, I don't listen, man. Have faith, don't have faith. That's on you. I don't have a dog in your fight. But I will say this, man. I've lived without faith and I've lived with faith. And a life with faith is more fulfilling. It's easier to get through, and you have something to rely on. You know what I'm saying? Because if all we do is live and die, then what's the purpose? If that's it, if at the end, and listen, if I'm wrong, the good news is I won't know. Because if all we do is die and that's it, then I'll never know if I was wrong, right? And if I am wrong, what did I lose? In trying to live a righteous life, what did I lose? You understand what I'm saying? So even if I'm wrong and I die and I just die, I still lived the life that was, to me, hopefully, something that is inspiring and good. You understand what I'm saying? Now, if I'm right and everybody else is wrong, well, then they will know that they were wrong. You understand what I'm saying?
It's called hedging your bet, my friend.
They will know that they're wrong. I have nothing to lose. Me believing in Christ, it's a no lose. It's a no lose. You know, and the truth of the matter is, I don't blindly believe in Christ. You know what I'm saying? Like, in other words, there are physical things that manifested in my life that brought me to where I was. Traveling Runner says, are there any homeless people in Rome?
I didn't take notice. I don't know. It's a good question. That is a good question.
Too busy looking at that gold. You didn't have time to notice all the homeless people. King Handel says, FYI, the Swiss Guard aren't just for show. They're with the shits.
Yeah, dude, anybody who works for the Vatican is with the fucking shit, you know? Anybody.
To go back to the atheist
Vatican, isn't the Vatican like its own country or some shit like that?
Yes. The Vatican is an autonomous zone that is in Italy, and the brief history is it's the fallover from the Holy Roman Empire that did 2 terms as the leader of the global trade and everything like that. And the Vatican is actually the only place in the world where you can launder money in and out with nobody knowing besides the Pope and a bishop.
Brian is going hard today, man. Brian's going hard.
Just saying. Listen, dude, I love the church.
I love the people. I love the people.
So wait, I got to tell you this.
In any religion, I love the people. I don't care what religion you are. I love the people. I don't like the religion or don't agree with it.
We got into this barbershop talk one day about an atheist, and somebody said at the barbershop, they were like, I compare an atheist to an undecided voter. And I was
in a way.
I don't know about that. That's a crazy comparison.
You think so? I don't know, Michelle. You think that's a crazy comparison, or do you feel like an undecided voter?
Well, this before she answers,
I like that.
This is my.
I mean, I feel like that's a good.
If
kind
you're
of
an undecided voter and you don't push or give your voice or opinion or whatever the case may be, what's going to end up happening is, aren't you going to eventually play by the rules of the power to be? Right?
Depends.
Well, I will give on to Caesar's. I will give on to Caesar what is Caesar's. I'm going to follow the rules as long as the rules are morally correct. Any law that is immoral should not be followed. Just because they put it into law doesn't mean I'm going to follow it. What is law? They write it on a piece of paper. They spell a bunch of words on a piece of paper and cast that spell onto us, and we just follow it because it was written by somebody who we don't know what the fuck they do behind closed doors that's telling us what to do. And because it's written on paper, we follow it. I follow all laws. I give unto Caesar what is Caesar. I pay all my taxes as long as it's morally correct. The minute it goes against my morals and it goes against my better judgment, then I will revolt. I will rebel. I will not conform.
I feel like you and my dad would be best friends.
Even unto death.
The thing is, though, bro, you have to be able to deal with the consequences if you're going to.
Got to be able to deal with consequences.
You know, that's really it. You know, and that's what dictates your morals is what are you willing to give up for it? You know, what are you willing to lose? You know, because of that. You know,
Anyone who gives up their basic human rights for freedom is not free.
Yeah, I mean, none of us are, if you really think about it. You know,
Michelle
you're paying that rent.
Michelle says, I don't play by rules. I won't vote if everyone running is an asshole, just so I can say I voted. I agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a non-vote sometimes is my vote. That means I don't have faith in either of you. So I'm not you can't blame me for any of the presidents that have been around. I didn't vote for Trump. I didn't vote for Biden. You know,
we can blame
you go, well, you don't vote. That's a vote. No, it's not. That means I don't have faith in any of them. What happened? I did vote for Obama. The first term I did. And I'm not gonna lie, I did it because I wanted to see a black dude become president, because I was also blind at the time and believing the media. You know, there was a time that I believed it. That's how I know what I know now, because I know I've been lied to. You understand what I'm saying? Like, there was a time I followed just like everybody else. I put
same, bro. Yeah, same.
Like everybody else.
Same.
So it's
do
not
you
like
guys do you guys watch the news?
Yeah, bro.
Regularly?
Yeah. Actually, I take that back, dude. No, I don't watch any news. I read all the time. I read stuff that goes on in different, you know, articles and publications, but I don't really watch any.
I remember during COVID. I remember during COVID, Gary, I think it's fair to say you really weren't. You got to a point where you'd like shut it off and you're like, fuck this. And I remember showing up to AC jokes with the shield. And Gary, wait a second. And Gary got this great bit off it that he still uses today. It's a great joke. And I initiated that joke.
I don't even use it. I don't use it no more.
Gary got to a point where he just stopped like vaccine. He didn't want to deal with he got a lot of, and like any artist, he got
Dude,
a lot of
this motherfucker showed up with a plastic shield.
I didn't want to wear a mask anymore.
I said, what the fuck are you doing with that? And he goes, I don't want to wear the mask. I said, you're not getting on the fucking stage with that thing. You were like, what? I said, you're not getting on the fucking stage with that thing.
You were like, then you got me riled up, and you were like, look, you're getting water all over the That was funny. No, I didn't want to wear the mask anymore. I wanted to wear just the shield. I don't, you know.
I said, if you bring that shield, you better have a welding gun with you. Remember? I said, next time you bring that fucking.
I think I was there that night.
You probably
might have.
I'm pretty sure I was there that night.
But he got a great joke out. You don't do that joke no more.
Nah. I don't really do mass jokes no more. You know, I stay moving. I still talk about shit, but I stay moving with where we're at. You know what I'm saying? Where we're at.
I will say that I feel like where we're at and where it's going to be is there's still a big group of people that, like, this time of year when we go into flu season and people start getting sick, they're gonna continue to wear masks.
I still feel like it's old news though, dude. I'm not trying to hear any of that shit.
Yeah.
But it's a thing. It's a thing now.
Sure, dude. It's a thing, but it doesn't mean it's something that you should say on stage.
Yeah, because it's not mandated anymore.
Right, and it's not
relevant. That will go against what I believe, which is I don't have a problem with someone wearing the mask. Mm-hmm. Wear the mask. My problem was telling me I have to wear the mask. My problem was never somebody wants to look. Asian people have been wearing masks in New York City forever.
Careful.
Forever. They what?
You say Oriental, goddamn it.
So I don't care. Wear the mask if you want to wear the mask. I get upset if people go, look at his ass wearing the mask. Look, if that's what makes him feel safe. See, I look at it like this. I look at it, that's a person who obviously believes what's being sold to them, which means that right now they're out here with a decent amount of fear. There's a decent amount of fear that this person has. And the mask says it, that they believe in what's being sold to them. And despite that fear, they're choosing to live. So if that person wants to wear the mask because that's what helps them to move ahead and keep living, fine. As long as they don't come up to me and tell me, where's your mask? Because then I'm going to say, oh, you got to bend over and look between your legs because it's right up your fucking ass. You know what I'm saying? Michelle says, you skipped a couple, but Michelle says, COVID made a comeback, G. My brother and his wife have COVID. COVID's never going to go away. It's never going to go away. It's going to be here. It's part of life. It's going to keep changing. It's called the flu. The traveling runner says half black if you want to get technical. Yeah, he was half black and that's
full gay
and full cracky. He was very cracky.
Did you know that, Rinaldi? Did you know Obama was a crackhead? He loved smoking the rock.
Smoking the rock
and smoking the cock
and smoking the cock.
Where'd you get that statistic?
Dude,
yo,
we got video.
Bring him up. Bring up the video. Can you find the video of the dude saying that I put my hand on his leg and I knew what time it was? Yeah, man. And then King Handle says, at Gary, man, that Obama campaign was masterful. We all fell for it. It was masterful. But I mean, I voted. I'm living proof everyone shouldn't get to vote. Because I literally voted because I want to see a half black dude get into the president. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I voted for him. I'm not gonna lie. I voted for him because he spoke pretty well. And I'm not gonna lie, it was the first president that when he spoke, I listened to him. Because he spoke in such a way that it was captivating, man. I understood what he was saying. I didn't know what he was doing, but I understood what he was saying. It wasn't until after COVID that I realized that this dude was a war criminal.
Who's that? Obama?
Obama, dude. He was a war criminal.
Yeah, pulled up in a bar
Hold on.
Why is it all blue?
There you go.
There you go. We're good.
outside, and there's this guy that's introduced to me as Barack Obama. I had given Barack $250 to pay for coke. I start putting a line on a CD tray to snort, and next thing I know, he's got a little pipe and he's smoking. So I just started rubbing my to see where it was going, and it went the direction I had intended it to go.
Even though you had sex
You
with him,
you notice he has.
watched him smoke crack twice.
You notice that he has two hand braces on.
Dude, look how happy Tucker Carlson is, dude. He's shocked and so pleased at the same time, dude. He's like,
he looks like he could be on Molly. That's how happy he looks.
He's like, no, dude, really? He's like, I hope this is true, bro.
You know what I
hope this is true.
You know what I think's funny? That politicians, they say the world of politics is a brutal business. It's like swimming with sharks. I think reporters are they report them, but they're just a level of bad.
Well, dude, now they're just an extension of them now.
It's the same.
They're
It's
just
the
a
same.
mouthpiece. They're not reporters anymore. You can't even call them reporters.
No, but I'm saying if you're going to criticize a politician, you got to criticize a report. It's the same game.
We do.
We don't trust
There's 168 episodes of that, actually.
No, I'm not talking about you two. I'm saying it's an observation. It's like
I think everybody that listens to us says fuck the media.
No, bro, you're
Some
pointing
people
out
get the information from us.
you're pointing out his facial expressions and how his eyes lighten up. Like, that's great.
He looks like he's on Molly, dude. He looks so happy right there doing that interview with no foundational proof at all, other than this dude. You know, he's been keeping this story straight for years because he came out with this story back in when Obama first became president. Bro says, Gary, when you speak, it sounds like you have had many God shots in your life. You know and feel that there has to be a God. Otherwise, you would not be here. 100%. Bro, you're 100% right. There's certain things we could argue semantics. We could argue what certain things mean in scripture. But what no one could argue to me is that there is a true and living God that you can have a relationship with, that will speak to you, that will guide you, and that is very involved in your life. Even when you're not thinking of him. Because if you're not thinking of him, everything he does now is to try to draw you to him. You know what I'm saying? And I just know for a fact the things that he's gotten me through, even to this day, even through the things I'm going on now. When 2 weeks ago I was bugging out, talking about, not paying my rent. I still haven't paid the rent because I'm waiting for him to contact me. They already started fixing the shit, but I've learned that, if I don't just sit back and let him move where he wants me to move, then what is it all about? My mom's asked me the other day because she's so like against me doing comedy because she thinks all I do is tell dick jokes. But she said to me, Gary, what is it you want? What is it, what is it you're trying to get out of this? And I said, what do you mean? What do I want? She goes, well, what is it you want? I said, I want on the day that I die and I come face to face with God, I want to hear, well done, my faithful servant. That's what I want to hear. When people speak about me, I want them to say, yeah, G was funny. He was a great comedian, but I want them to know I was a God-fearing man who put his trust in God. And that's the reason I was able to accomplish the things that I accomplished. Not because I manifested it out into the world and did it on my own by repeating 23 words, if you say every day. No, it was strictly God who changed my life. And I went many, many years trying to do it on my own, you know? And there comes a point where you have to look at where you're at and ask yourself, are you happy with the decisions you made? You know, and Ciro, who believes more in aliens than he does in God.
What a dick, bro.
That's my dog. I love him. You know what those Z's mean? You know what those Z's mean? That's something I just said touched that little rock heart of his. That's what it means. It means just like the Grinch, he felt a little thump and he's like, what is that? What is that? Thank you, bro. I love you, Mark. Mark, you were going to be my greatest testimony. You are when you give your testimony at my funeral.
Why are we talking about death? Come on.
When you sing how great thou art at my funeral. When Mark's in there going, how great thou art. That's going to be Mark. He's going to sing at my funeral, man. See, that's the thing too, Boppy. Like you go, why you talk about death? Death is nothing more but a doorway into eternity, man. This body keeps us so fucking. I mean, Mark, you know when we did that fucking DMT, you know what I'm saying? And I came out and I said, I feel so trapped in this body. You know, our spirits are so much more than what we're allowed to be in this body. If you could tap into it, which a lot of people can, you could do magnificent things. Sarah said, I thought I'd bring some comedy. I know he said come comedy, but I think that was a Freudian slip. Yo, Mark, the other day, Mark was cooking, what were you cooking? Ribs? He sent me a picture of burnt ribs. He fell asleep while he was cooking them. You're getting old, Mark. You can no longer sit down when you cook. You got to stay standing. King Hell says, we're Brian's favorite Tartarian Christians.
They were Catholics.
Were they Christians?
They're
Catholics.
Yeah.
Did you get to meet the Pope? Did you see him? Did he walk around at all?
Nah.
Is that something you would have wanted to do? Meet the Pope? Do you actually do you look at the Pope? You're Catholic, so you look at the Pope as high regard. You believe he gets a direct message from God and shares that.
Man, that's a really tough question. I think it would be an honor if someone invited me or if I had that opportunity. I think
you could do 5 minutes.
You would have to suck a whole lot of dicks to get that invitation.
Wait a second. Are we talking about the same guy?
We are. Yeah, we are. We are. Yeah.
Are you sure we're talking about the same guy?
We are. Yes, we are. We're sure.
Where'd your head go that way for?
Are you sure?
Are you sure? Kiss the ring. Would you kiss the ring?
This hero guy, he's a real ball breaker.
That's my best friend, dog.
He's getting you all amped up, guys.
That's my brother since first grade.
I like this guy. He's been fun in the bar, all of us.
Here's a question. Do you believe that in order to be forgiven for your sins, you need to go through a priest? And that if you don't go through a priest, that you don't get forgiveness for those sins?
I don't believe in that. I think if I get in a car accident tonight, God forbid, and I pass, and I have sins in my
and you don't get the last rites,
and I didn't get to do my sacrament. No, because I think if I'm truly sorry for the bad that I've done, and we're human, we're meant to do bad.
I agree with you. I agree with what you're saying.
I'm with you.
Yeah, but Catholicism doesn't.
That's some of the stuff that I question at times, but I don't think that
right.
makes me,
that's the doctrine, dog.
Yeah, but Brian,
that
don't make me a bad Catholic because I question things.
No one's saying that, bro. What are you talking about, bro? No one's calling you a bad Catholic. I'm just saying that's doctrine.
I don't like being critical to the church. Me personally, I don't.
That's something.
Yeah, we're not calling you a bad Catholic. What we're saying is, if you look more into the doctrine and what you actually think, you'd probably see that you're more Christian than Catholic. That's what I'm saying. Because
I'm not saying that. I'm saying you.
No, that's what I'm saying.
What I'm saying is, you probably realize there's a lot more butt fucking going on in the world.
Oh yeah, man. Traveling Runner says, on a side note, do y'all think Israel will nuke the Gaza Strip or just bomb it to rubble? I think they will go in on the ground, which is what I think they're preparing to do. And if I'm correct, they said they would be ready to go by the 18th, I think they said.
What are they doing giving time frames out for this? They're like, you know what, guys? Get ready. October 18th, we're going to come knocking.
Because I'm going to tell you why they're doing that. The same reason why supposedly before they sent the bombs in, they put notice out that we're going to bomb this building so that the innocent people can get the fuck out. They're letting them know the 18th we're coming in.
So what? So the guilty
people
want
the heat. If you don't want the heat, get out the fucking kitchen. That's what I think. That's what they're doing. I'm not a fucking military dude or whatever. I'm going off of what I heard. You know what I'm saying? But supposedly they're gonna go in on the ground and they're gonna demolish, yo. They're gonna demolish. The question, somebody asked the question the other day, which I found very interesting, which is why would Hamas make that move knowing full well the retaliation is gonna be insane?
Oh, I don't know, G. I don't know. Maybe we needed some money for Lockheed Martin. Maybe BlackRock needed some cash, dude. Maybe the coffers were going a little cold in the Ukraine, bro. We needed to kick something up. Why the fuck do you think it happened, dog?
I'm not saying I asked that.
I do. I know why it happened, bro. We needed a little Scarol kicked up in the Middle East. Dog.
I'm saying that was a question that was asked, and I feel like it's a question that when people look at this should be one of the first questions.
If your eyes aren't open to any of this stuff now, this should be the one that opens it up on the heels of Ukraine, Russia rolling right into this. Dude, just look at the 80s. Read 1980s history. It's the same fucking shit.
He's talking to you
40 years later, 45 years later, 43 years later. It's the same fucking shit.
Cyril, I think he's talking directly to you for some reason. Shit. It's like I see this energy. The Traveling Runner says, bro says wars are very profitable for some inner circles. First of all, that's where we make all our money. America that's what we do. War. That's what we do. We make war and we make money off of war. It's very profitable. Read the book. War is a Racket. It was written like back in, I don't even know if it was, I think it was I forgot what it was, World War II or Vietnam. It's one of those two wars, but it still stands true today. Because when you look at all the things that go into war, which is all the way down to the laundry of cleaning the uniforms and shit like that, and stuff like that. There's mad money being made. The Traveling Runner says there was an RPG sale at Bombs R Us. War and crime. Well, that's what's going on now, though, which is crazy. There's just so much war crime. Like, in other words, there used to be some sort of standards to war in a sense, where some things were considered criminal, even in war. And now it seems like anything goes. I mean, like I said, Obama's a fucking war criminal by the definition set forth by the Geneva Convention. Look at me using these words, dude. This is
big
how
words.
You know. Yeah, man. But he went and he did what was called double tap attacks, where he would attack a place, bomb it with drones, and then when the medical units came in to look for survivors and help people, he would hit it again.
This is Obama?
That's Obama. Factual. Look it up. Okay, it's called double tap.
Do you know where he got that from? Because he would hit the pipe, and then someone was like, "Yo, there's a little left in that," and then he would hit it again. That's where he got it from. Ronaldo, you got to bounce, bro.
Yeah, man.
You got.
I gotta feed my daughter. This was a good hour. You guys are just getting started. Jesus,
yeah, we're gonna go for another 2.
Oh yeah, now we're gonna get into some real stuff. You know,
I got you all fired up about the Catholic. I'm sorry, Gary.
Before you, no, I'm not,
Gary,
no, dude.
You talk about God all the time.
Dude,
I didn't mean to get you around.
No, I'm fine.
Yeah, at one moment you looked like you were gonna shed a tear. You know?
Oh no. I get emotional when I talk about my own experiences, dog. You know, that's me. And I have no problem with people bringing out, you know, the emotional side of me whatsoever. I'm glad you're here. Traveling Runner says, hey, Steve, do they sell helium hits at the Helium Comedy Club? Asking for a friend.
Helium, like albums? I don't get it.
No.
Helium hits. You don't know what's up. They're called what do they call those shits?
Balloons,
again?
bro. Balloons.
Balloons, but what do they call them? Whippets?
Nitrous. Yeah, whippets, nitrous.
Whippets.
Yeah, balloons.
Yeah.
I'll ask
big balloon town.
Ask him. Yeah, ask him.
I'll text the manager right now. You got it. God, that's not a professional question. I don't know.
Feel free.
On the billboard.
Let us know her answer.
Right.
Bro says that's wait a minute. Michelle says G is using big words. I'm starting to doubt you just have a GED. No, I only have a GED. But that goes to show you how much schooling really matters, because everything I learned was after school, other than spelling and arithmetic. You know what I'm saying? Everything else I learned after school. Bro says that's called push, Brian. The stem I used to suck the glass dick too.
You guys are wild. All right.
Thanks for joining us, Rinaldi.
I love both you guys.
Thanks for stopping by, man. Have a great day.
Keep it up with the show, man.
And God bless you, your daughter, and the rest of your family. All right, wifey too. Give her our love, and we thank her for allowing.
I'm coming through Monday. I'm stopping by your show. I'll be in the city.
Where? At Grizzly Pear. All right, yeah, I'll be there this Monday. I wasn't there last Monday because I was coming back.
I'll hit you up, my man.
Peace.
See you guys.
See ya.
Well, that was nice of him to stop by. Sean says to say bye. He had to leave to take care of an important call.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Sean.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you already put that one up, Brian.
Oh, sorry.
Pay attention, man. So that was fun. Traveling Runner says bad luck to the Phillies.
Fuck the Phillies.
I'm rooting for the Phillies.
No, dude.
I am. No. I like Philly. I like Philadelphia. They've always been nice to me, man. When no one else would buy tickets for me on that boardwalk, all the time when I stopped someone from Philly, they always trusted me. They appreciated my hustle. And then they also continued to follow me after they came to the show. So I love Philly, and I hope the Phillies win. I'm rooting for them.
But have you ever been to a Phillies-Mets game in Philly with the Mets hat on?
No, but have you ever done
a
Phillies Met game in Mets home?
I have.
We're dicks too. Man.
It's not.
The truth of the matter is, we're bigger dicks to our team than we are to other people who root for the other team. I would say that. Like, we go at the Mets harder than we go at other, especially my old boss. My old boss, man, he used to buy the tickets up front where you could hear him, and he would just say some of the worst stuff to the players. And I'm like, dude, you really what's wrong with you, man? You ain't got the right to do that shit just because you got a ticket, man.
You remember
that shit straight up disrespectful.
Ricky Henderson? Remember Ricky?
Of course I remember Ricky.
Yeah, so Ricky was playing for the Atlantic City Surf, actually, at that stadium that's shut down right there on Albany Ave, right by your house, the sandcastle, the empty one.
Okay.
So he's playing shortstop for whatever fucking reason in the minors. And this is in 99, 2000. This was after his first run in the majors, but before he went back again, right? So we're at a game. He's playing shortstop, right? And I'm sitting there with my dad and my brother, and there's this guy just cursing him out from the stands the entire game, dude.
Yeah.
Yelling shit at him, right?
Yeah.
So then it gets to the point where it gets a little racy, right? Like, and the dude's like saying some like racist shit, right?
Yeah.
So after the inning, Ricky runs down and goes like this, bro. He grabs the dugout and pulls himself over the head, and he's like, I got a black Mercedes. This is the tag. It's out in the parking lot. Meet me there after the game, and I'll whoop your fucking ass.
Yeah,
Says
there you go.
the guy from the field, bro.
Yeah, there you go.
So then the guy keeps jawing, right? Keeps going. So then my dad, right, goes up because I'm like 10, you know, and my dad's like, I'm not trying to have this fucking dick like saying curse words in front of my 10-year-old kid. So my dad shows him his police badge and was like, hey, if you don't want to spend the night in the fucking AC jail, you need to shut the fuck up because I'm gonna get 4 of my boys to just roll your ass out of here right now, right?
And he shut up.
Yeah, oh yeah, he shut the fuck up. They got him tossed, and then after the game, Ricky Henderson came up and hung out with me, my brother, and my dad for a little bit. It was sick.
Oh, that was cool.
Yeah,
that's sick.
Got a little autograph, and
yeah, nah, they be saying like my old boss used to say some of the worst shit, you know, about wives and bringing all kinds of shit, and I'd be like, dude, that's like, you know, you don't have the right to abuse the players. What other job can you do that? And Met fans do it hard to Met. Don't get me wrong. I get it. We're paying the money and you're not winning. So the least we can get is the ability to abuse you. But I mean, you know, you suck that good. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that.
I went to a Mets game at Shea, and they were playing the Marlins when this guy Hesop Choi was playing first base, dude. And holy shit, dude, these dudes destroyed him. 9 innings, dude. And no one at Shea said anything, bro. They just let it fucking fly.
Of course. And we probably lost that game.
The Mets lost. Yeah, the Mets lost.
The
Mets lost. So they got smoked, dude.
That's what we get out of it. It's like, okay, look, dude, we're not going to get our money back because you lost. So the least we could do is let you know how much you let us down by telling you.
Like every time he'd run up, they go, he's up the joy.
People are horrible, man. You remember when what's his name, World Meta Peace, went into the stands and started punching people in the face? They deserved it. Michelle says, Gary, what year did you switch from Yankees to a Mets fan? And what happened that you switched? I never switched. I've always been a Met fan. Never was a Yankee fan ever. I've always liked the Mets. I don't know why, but I guess because I'm from Queens. And everyone in my family liked the Yankees. So I didn't want to just run with the crowd. I've always been a rebel.
Now, do you know if anybody in your family before the Mets were around, were they Giants fans? Like New York Giants?
Nah. My pops liked the Pirates. My pops was a Pirates fan. Clemente. Yeah. Because of him, yes. Yeah, specifically because of that dude.
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah.
King Handel says sports really aren't that serious. They're not. They're really not. They're no different than they're modern day lion gladiator fights. That's what it is. All sports are just to keep us distracted from what's going on in this world, man. Paying a lot of money.
So what do you think, bro? How much do you think all of it is scripted in pro sports? Do you think it's predetermined entirely? Or do you think it's a little bit of like kind of like everything else, is that like there's some predetermination, but there's also a little luck?
I think I forgot. I thought I seen you wearing a Yankees hat in an old picture of you, because that's why I asked. I did have a Yankees hat at one point because I'm not a Yankee hater, and I had this one that had like a whole blinged out NY in the front, and the New York Met logo was so tight that the bling looked weird, and the NY on the Yankees is more spread, so it looked nicer on the NY. So I bought it in a Yankees instead of a Mets. I mean, I would rock a Yankee hat, but I really don't.
There's nothing better than that. The original blue and white.
Their blue and white is the best. And I got a Met hat. I got a Met hat that's that color, so I rock that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? King Handel says more scripting in college football.
Bama, big Alabama,
bringing eyeballs, was bringing the ads. I don't know. I think they kind of probably let it play out for a while. And then as it starts to come together, they push which group they want to be the winner out of that group. You think it's completely set up?
Well, yeah, dude, especially in college, because I mean, they like handpick the schedules of who's playing who. You know, it's not just like some sort of lottery. They like, you know, they decide all of that. Everything is decided. Who they're playing, what week, when, where. You know, every single piece of it is chosen just as if you were, you know, shooting a movie.
So that's college, but in regular baseball, doesn't every team play each other the same amount of times?
No, it's not evenly. Well, it's not. No, it's definitely not evenly distributed. It's evenly distributed amongst your like division for sure.
Yeah,
against how many times you played the same people in the division. Yeah,
yeah.
definitely. Yeah, but I mean, I hear what you're saying. At least
it's
maybe
a lot of work, man. 100 and something games. What is it? 182 games.
You're saying that, but the money, dog.
Yeah, right.
The
so
money. You're saying it's a lot of work, but dude,
it's worth the work.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, I get you.
And then when you think about it, it's a lot of work, but is that a lot of work for the 30 owners? Right? Like, is it?
No, they pay other people to do it.
You know, it's a lot of work to keep 330 million people in line and in tow, but somehow
not really, not with the
they managed to do it, dude. And what's really surprising, actually, and I want to give credit where credit is due, because I talk a lot of shit on the government, but they're doing a pretty good job about holding it down over all of us. Are they not?
Oh, I mean, to an
they're
extent,
doing great. Yeah, bro, they're doing great. They're winning.
Well, yeah, because
you're crushing right now.
It's like Biden said. I don't know if y'all remember when he said this, but it's like Biden said, you guys are clinging to these guns. He said, you ain't got helicopters. You ain't got jets. Yeah. What was he saying? What was he saying to the people of America? Like, you're sitting here clinging onto your gun saying you're going to fight the government. He goes, do you know the weapons we got? You ain't got tanks.
Yeah, but see that,
you know what I'm saying? That's what he was saying. That's the point he was making. That
it's an interesting point, but you know, we've talked about this on the show too. When you look at the other coups, the coup d'etat, the coup d'etat, the coup d'etat. When you talk about the como se dice coup d'etat, they're all you know, led by military people. So it's like. It's like Biden saying that you're going to keep your guns, but what's going to happen is it's actually going to be the military who overthrows you, dog. Not the people overthrowing the military. It's the military overthrowing you.
Look, that's what's going to happen. My attitude has always been
some general, you know.
Yeah, my attitude has always been, look, I'm not dumb. I know if they come running through my door, they're going to get me. I just want to take a couple of them with me.
Ooh.
That's all it is. I'm just saying. That's all it is, man. Nah, this particular time before you come running in my crib, I have no guns. But if I had a gun, the purpose I would have it would be to defend myself. And if it gets to a point where motherfuckers are running through my door, I'm looking at the door till the bullets run out. And then at that point, you got me or you kill me. What could I tell you? Bro says, I like the way you explain that, Gary. You have an eye for detail. However, I'm a Yankee fan. Look, I'm not a Yankee hater. I'm not. My whole family's Yankee fans, man.
Yeah, I'm not.
I'm a realist. The Yankees are winners. They're winners. When they were trying to call what's his name? What was his name? Wright, the third baseman that we had.
David Wright.
David Wright, and they were trying to compare him to Jeter. I'm like, David Wright is no Jeter. Jeter's a winner, and he inspires everyone else to win. You know, David Wright got hit in the head, and then he came back with that fucking big kazoo helmet.
Dude, that was a John Olerud helmet.
You will own nothing and you will like it. That's right. That's what they push.
The John Olerud helmet, dude. You remember John Olerud?
Nah. How big was his helmet?
He
had nothing. He had like a little fucking.
I know, but this
Toys R Us.
This was the dude. The dude who started it. He got hit in the head. Obviously, I mean, look at his face, right? He got hit in the head, and then he wore this helmet on first base in the field.
Oh, on first base. That's right. Yeah, wearing a helmet when you're playing defense.
Yeah.
Oh God.
What a goober, bro.
What a goober. Yo, bro said you'll have nothing and you will like it, which he's just, if you don't know, he's quoting the World Economic Forum's slogan, which is you will own nothing and like it. And they're not completely wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like right now, I don't own my car.
Mm-hmm.
And I really have no problem with the fact that I pay I pay a little bit every month to have it. I don't own it, but I like it. You know what I'm saying? And they could do that shit with a lot of stuff, you know? I mean, look at the rental centers where people fucking, don't own their own fucking furniture. You know? I don't know, man. The Traveling Runner says, what U.S. city was it that got bombed back in the day?
I just looked that up. I'm not sure what you're referring to, but I did just come up with the 1985 Move bombing that was in Philly, which I had never heard about this before. Traveling Runner, I don't know if this is what you're talking about. Gee, I don't know if you had ever heard this, but the Philadelphia Police Department, during a standoff with MOVE, which was a Christian movement for life or Black liberation organization, the Philadelphia police dropped 2 explosive devices from a helicopter onto a roof. What, bro? The cops used to do crazy shit back in the day, dude.
And they don't do crazy shit now.
I mean, bro, a bomb out of a helicopter onto a Black neighborhood, dude. There's no way you would do that shit now, dog. What?
Really? The only difference is they would do it on a white neighborhood now. That's the only difference.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
No. The only difference is the cops would go to jail now for it.
I don't know, man.
He said, "Yeah, that's it." Yeah, I had never heard of this.
I never heard of that. You know, but I don't know, man. There's a lot of crazy, like when people like they can't do this. I kind of giggle a little bit because I'm like, haven't you realized by now they can do whatever they want to do? The question is, will we accept it?
Well, this was something that you were talking about a little bit
before.
Bro
says maybe he means riots. We have a lot of them in democratic cities. Nah, he found the right story. I know that you probably typed that before. Eliza, what's going on? Eliza Edelman says, yep, just watched the whole segment on that in Philly.
I never even knew about it.
Never even. What year was that?
85.
Wow. I never even heard of that. And I was 15. So it's not like, you know what I'm saying? Like, in other words, not like I didn't hear things that were going on, even though I didn't pay attention. You know?
You didn't have the smart news app back then?
Nah, I didn't, man. You know? And it was good, says Tartaria.
And it was good.
Oh, and just so you know, you had Mark looking into that. He said he watched a documentary on it.
Oh.
He was inspired by you to check it out. You know?
Ciro, what do you think?
Well, yeah, if he's still listening, let him tell you what he
thinks.
We have
any Tartarian fans in the crowd? Any believers? I'm actually taking a break on Tartaria. I got to cool out a little bit. It's a little
which means I'm taking a break on Tartaria. Yeah. You were my Tartarian connection.
Yeah. I think the history of the CIA is a more productive documentary at this point.
Yo, that shit is fucking crazy.
Again, shout out to this dude, Eyes Wide Open is his channel on YouTube. He's fucking great. He's doing this whole series of the history of the CIA. Damn, bro, he's got 54,000 subscribers now. Through the history of the CIA, you can watch every episode by itself. I personally recommend would start at the beginning, but if you come across it, it's nuts. It's nuts. It's nuts. Hit him with the ad read, G. hit him with the ad read.
Wait, you got King Handle says tartar sauce lover right here.
Yeah,
you got him connected, man. Hey guys, if you're looking for something to do this weekend, today's Thursday, which means we're one day away from the weekend. Some might say that the weekend starts on Thursday. Some might say that. I don't know. I don't. But the weekend's coming up. If you're looking for something to do with that very special person you love and possibly 6 other people, not so special, but open to things, then why don't you get yourself the board game XXX Playground? Where? At XXXplayground.com. What is it? It's the best adult tool communication board game ever made. You roll the dice and you get fist deep into someone you love, or 6 other individuals that you might just like a little bit. Either way, it's always a fun time. So go to XXXplayground.com and cop yourself the board game today. XXXplayground.com, proud sponsors of Rated G with Gary G. Garcia and Brian T. Licata. Also, if you want to come check me out, man, go to acjokes.com. I'm still playing out in Atlantic City every Tuesday through Sunday. And on Mondays, you can catch me in New York City. So anybody out there in New York, come out for the midnight show over at the Grizzly Pear, over by McDougal and West 4th, that area right there, right up the block from the cellar. And check out the Not Quite Tuesday midnight show with me and my brother, Adam Gable, every single Monday. You know, and if you're driving into work and is it this deep o'clock already? Yes, it is, Traveling Runner. Yes, it is. Also, if you're driving into work early in the morning and you want to hear a little bit of me because you just can't get enough of this beautiful, sexy sounding voice, check me out at 100.7 WZXL on
the JoJo and Scotty show.
Show. Light the block for Conspiracy Mondays every Monday around 7 o'clock in the morning. I think our session starts at 7:15. And there's the reason. Oh, and if you also want to support the podcast, which I know you kind of want to do, but don't just support us. Get something back in return, man. Get yourself some of that Rated G drip over at brianlicata.com/shop. Link is in the bio somewhere for sure. Those shorts are hot. I'm going to pick me up a pair of those, man. Pick yourself up some fucking merch. Get yourself a mug, all right? And, you know, support the podcast. So Brian, how you doing? You feeling better? You relieved that little bladder of yours?
Yeah, man. I mean, it's really, you know, ooh, daddy says, yo, what's good?
Daddy says, yo, I was trying to figure out how to read it, man. Daddy says, yo, what's good? What's good? I think first time commenter, because I would definitely remember that name. Thanks for checking us out. We appreciate you, man. Welcome to the family. The Traveling Runner. Smash that like button. Yes, I agree. Smash that like button, you know, and also, you know, put on that little dingy thing if you're on YouTube. And if you haven't already, man, we appreciate all our YouTube followers. But if you haven't already, check us out on Rumble, subscribe there.
Rumble.
You go on YouTube and see we're not there. You can catch us over at Rumble because there's a good chance, you know, we're a couple of strikes away from no longer being on here. You know, I know I've been saying that for a minute, but I feel it. You know, I feel it. It's like when I got fired from my job, I felt that shit 5 months earlier. And then I remember on the day where I called up the chick I was dating at the time, and I said, listen, I think they're going to call me in today. She was like, you've been saying that for like 5 months. I go, yeah, but I have a real good feeling like today's today. And
what was it?
It didn't work. I mean, and I wasn't wrong. I got fired. What was what? Y'all heard about what happened to the TikToker named Inquisitor? No, but we're going to find out right now. I love when you guys give us topics to check out, man, because a lot of this shit I don't know, man. A lot of the shit we don't know. What is that? The Inquisitor. I think I actually heard something about this.
Oh. I think I did hear about this, actually.
Did everything live on TikTok. So this TikTok,
I think it might be a snuff film at some point.
Recently ended everything while they were streaming on TikTok. Apparently on the live stream, they ended up using a rope. And I don't think I'm allowed to say exactly what happened, but the whole live stream of them doing this apparently is somewhere online. I just couldn't bring myself to watch it. It's just horrible. I don't want to see that. Now, the worst part about this story is the reason why they apparently ended everything. You see, this TikToker and his girlfriend have been accused of spreading false allegations against Inquisitor. Apparently, they completely fabricated rumors that Inquisitor was talking to people who are not of age, and that is thought to be the reason why Inquisitor did what he did. Since all of this has happened, that specific TikToker has gone private. I'm not sure about his girlfriend. I couldn't find her account, but he has posted and deleted a video in response to what all has happened so far. In this now deleted video, he basically says that he never wanted to ruin Inquisitor's life and that he didn't want anything to do with what ended up happening. And it generally just seems like he's blaming the other people involved in this story rather than himself.
So Inquisitor unlived himself. I know we can get away with that word, whatever. So what did he do? He took himself out.
Yeah, on October 9th, 2023, Italian Call of Duty cosplayer Inquisitor took to TikTok and live streamed what very much appeared to be his own death, hanging himself just out of frame of his audience. The video, which has since been scrubbed from the platform, purportedly displayed a dark, featureless room, followed by the sound of breaking glass, CPR being performed, and cries of frustration and anger in Italian. Videos uploaded by users claiming to have inside information in the days that followed claim that the intervention came too late and the 23-year-old internet personality died. Inquisitor, also called Inquisitor Ghost and Inquisitor 3, has gained a following of 200,000 thanks to his him dressing up like the guy from Call of Duty. So yeah, I guess he hung himself.
And it was what, because this dude was spreading fake lies about him and stuff like that.
It's what it sounds like. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. That's 50 Shades of fucked up. Sean says, I'm bummed we are dark October 13th to the 28th. Yeah, me too, man. What he's talking about is we will be dark at resorts from October 13th to the 28th. There was something, I don't know, it's all on the business end, but we won't be there from that time, man. Hopefully we find another spot, Sean. We'll see what happens, man. You know, we'll see what happens. I'm bummed about it too. You know, believe me, because I love resorts. I'd rather perform at resorts. You know, that shit sucks, man. Yeah, that's fucked up, man. You know, our hearts go out to that dude and his family. That shit is fucked up. I was watching Candace Owens last night, which I've been watching her thing, convicting. I got to give you my thing to check it out. Convicting a murderer. They're up to episode 7 now out of 10. Once I'm done with that, you know, we'll definitely talk about that. But you got to catch up. You got to watch Convicting. You got to watch Making a Murderer and Convicting a Murderer. You got to watch them both, dude. You got to do some homework. All right, all right, man. Do some homework. But I was watching her last night, man, and she was going hard on Jada Pinkett and Will Smith.
Really?
Hard, dude. Because it winds up that they're that they've been fully separated for like 7 years. So all the times that they were showing them, even when he smacked Chris Rock, they weren't even together anymore. They've been separated for 7 years, living separately, having separate lives and shit, you know? So now she's just going at him, like hardcore, saying that Will Smith ain't a man no more, you know, that Jada Pinkett's for the streets. She came out and said, this woman's for the streets. She wants a thug. She was going hard, yo. It was fucking so funny. If anybody follows her, you need to check that shit out. But also, when I was watching her, she was turning everybody on to this YouTube page. And I was like, oh, I think Brian would love this page.
What page is this?
It's called Freedom Tunes. And I was like, Freedom Tunes, TOON.
Dude.
I said Brian would absolutely love this page, yo. He would love it.
Okay.
Eliza says, real quick, Eliza says she ruined his career for nothing. I would say he ruined his career. That's what I would say. He might have did it for her, but she didn't pick up his hand. You know, he didn't pick up his hand. Oh, you were watching when that happened, when that actually happened, when it all went down? It's funny because I remember that someone came to me and said, yo, they were like, yo, Will Smith just smacked what's the name in the face. I think it was all set up to this day. I still think it was.
Yeah, 100% it was set up.
Yeah, I still think it was today. But, you know, and the whole thing when he was yelling, keep my wife's name out your mouth, technically she's still your wife, but she hadn't been your wife for 7 years, dog. You know? But so she was turning everybody on to this page, and I checked it out. Thank you. You know, and it's a good page. It's called Freedom Tunes, and they basically make cartoons of, like, I don't know, show one of the short ones. They got some short ones there. Do the one with other dude flipping the. No, that's not the funny. I mean, it was funny. They got some funny ones. You know, I normally don't like those shits, but they had some funny ones. You should check it out. Play one of them. Play like a short one. They got ones that are like a minute long or something like that.
Yeah, let me try to find. Okay, here we go.
Oh, hold on. All right, go ahead. Show this shit real quick. Go ahead. Joe Biden versus the stairs. Oh, they did one that was so good. Hold on. Wait. No. Turn that one off.
Why, dude? I'm watching it. No, I'm watching it.
There's one where they take go to the screen right there. Go to that screen you just showed me, where it shows the episode. There's one where they take all the quotes from Biden and they have other presidents saying it.
Oh, yeah.
It is
this one.
Hysterical. Yeah, yo, that one's good. play a little bit of it.
Are just as bright and just as talented as white
go
kids.
back. You just skipped it, man. Hold on a second.
Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids.
They just take a bunch of quotes from him and they have different presidents saying it. It's fucking hysterical. It actually is a good page.
Freedom
Eliza
Jones.
says, that's what I mean. It's stupid. The whole thing is stupid now. And yes, you are right. He smacked Chris, but she just keeps throwing him under the bus forever. Yeah. Yeah. But you know what? He keeps letting himself be pulled out there like he's on a leash to allow himself to fucking sit there. They were showing the clip when he sat at the red table and she was talking about how she banged her son's friend, right? And how she didn't even look at that as cheating. And she's sitting there laughing. This motherfucker's eyes are all puffy and shit. You could tell he was crying, like crazy crying before he came on. He goes, I feel like the husband that has to walk out holding his wife's hand because she got in trouble. He's like, I'll support her. Yeah, that's what you're doing, Dick. No one respects you, Will. Sorry. And I'll keep it real, man. I always thought you was all right, but I never really was that much of a fan. You know,
Jada?
No, first of all, I never cared for Jada.
Yeah, me neither.
Never cared for Jada. Never cared for Jada. And I wasn't that big on, I liked Summertime. Summertime. You know what I'm saying? But I was never big on Will Smith, man. You know what I'm saying?
No?
He wasn't that great of a hip-hop artist. And he wasn't that great of an actor to me. I enjoyed his movies. You know, it's the same thing with R. Kelly when they were like R. Kelly. I never liked R. Kelly's music either. Oh, he was so great. Really? R. Kelly was great. Great songwriter. Really? He was great at making songs that people liked and bought. But it wasn't great lyrics. It wasn't great music. There's nothing other than I Believe I Can Fly. He doesn't have one song that's like, come on, In the Closet, all these other shits that he got. It's all just fucking music. That's fine. He was good at making fucking music. But I would have considered him a great artist. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Fuck out of here. Most of them dudes I don't give a fuck about that they take down. They was like, oh, they were so great. They weren't that great.
What about the Cos?
I like Cosby.
Me too, dude. That one hurt. I think the most. I think that one hurt the most.
But Cosby, you know, the same thing with him. It's not like everybody knew what it meant to hang out with Cosby, man. That's the one thing you get from all the people speaking is that the shit was not a secret. Nobody should have been fucking surprised to see him with the bubbling drink and the hood going, you know? And even though he's a piece of shit, does that mean his message was wrong? Because he couldn't meet the standards. Does that mean what he was saying was wrong? No. What he was saying was still right.
I don't know, dude. You're starting to sound a little like Kanye, bro. Do you think the highway systems they built in Germany were really good too? G? Huh? The library systems, were they really good? Huh? Call you G West?
Just remember, I have a scar on this eyebrow. Remember that scar's there. All right.
Scarsdale.
And at this
Scarsdale,
eye,
New York? Scarsdale? I thought you were from Queens.
Shut up. Could you do us all a favor and just shut your fucking pie hole for a second?
Pie? Apple pie? Peach pie. Peach cobbler. What's the difference between a cobbler and a pie?
Did you take your estrogen pills today? Is that what's going on? Because you're very frisky today. I feel like you're a little high on the. Were you drinking a lot of soy last night?
I actually just re-upped my adrenochrome. And I took a little sniffle before.
Some manly things in you. Go eat a raw fucking liver or something.
All right. No.
You're a little fucking jumpy today, man.
I forgot.
I don't even remember what I was saying now.
I know, neither do I. Yeah.
Because you're that's you, dog. I was going somewhere.
No, you were saying that
you don't know what I was saying. You're not paying attention.
You weren't even listening to yourself, dude. That's how you know when you don't know what you were saying, it's because you were just rambling some utter nonsense. And then I interjected with some dumb joke because I was bored with whatever it was you were saying. And then you didn't know what you were saying either, so you just started talking shit. In control of the nonsense that you were spewing. That's what happened, ladies and gentlemen. Where's Rinaldi? I thought we had a guest on this episode.
Look at you bringing your guest that bails on us. Can only last an hour. Check out Rinaldi's podcast. I think he might be on that for the whole podcast with him, Brian, and who's the third guy on there?
Jesus Christ, dude. He's the only one that matters on the show.
Dom
Herrera.
The
only one that matters on the show.
I almost said Dom DeLuise.
Dude, I'm going to say that to him next time I see him.
Nah, I don't do that, man.
He would lose it.
He get mad? He'd be mad?
He's fun to talk shit on, because one, he's old. So he looks, it doesn't seem...
register.
Well, no, it doesn't register to you that this dude is going to be one of the sharpest, funniest people you've ever been around, right? And then he also is a vet in the game of being able to hold it, And I know you really well, so I know when you're fucking around and being sarcastic. I don't necessarily know that about him. So he'll say some shit. I'm like, oh shit, did I just fuck up? I'm like, oh no. What did he just say? Oh, listen to the message.
The I think I could beat Mike Tyson video was hilarious back in the day. I don't know what video that was. Listen to the message, not the messenger. Yeah, I mean, listen, a lot of times, man, if you're putting these people, that inspire you on a pedestal. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was talking about Cosby. Thank you, bro. Bro pays attention. If you put these, like they're saying good messages, right? Here's the thing. I always agreed with what he said. I didn't put him on a pedestal. So when he got taken down, it sucked because I felt like, another dude that was standing up for something big wound up being a slime in the background. But when you put them on a pedestal, then of course they're going to let you down. We got to remember that
the humans,
when people are speaking truth and people are speaking, things of what it takes to live a righteous life, it could be true, but that doesn't mean they're living up to those standards. Mm-hmm. And I'm guilty of that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I think I'm very open to the fact of the things I do is whatever, but I'm one of those things, I preach what I strive to. I don't preach what I'm doing. I preach what I strive to be. Mm-hmm. Traveling Runner says that was an early Will Smith song. Oh, I think I could beat Mike Tyson. He couldn't even beat Tupac. He couldn't even beat Tupac, dog. Chris Rock, maybe. We don't even know because he didn't even come back. For all we know, Chris Rock could be feisty with his, man. He could have probably fucked them up. Clung on him and shit. That's what I do. I strap myself on a motherfucker and I just climb up, like an anaconda, inch by inch, until I get someplace where I can like bite you or pull something, Yeah, man. I get very animalistic when I got to throw down. If I can't like beat you like that, and it looks like, I'm going to get animalistic. I'm biting. And he continues to get beat by Pac. He'll always get beat by Pac. You can't beat a dead man. That happens in a lot of fucking relationships too. You know what I'm saying? Where like the dude or the chick's ex wasn't really perfect, but like they died tragically, you know what I'm saying? Then you tend to put them on this, you forget about all the bad shit. You just remember the good shit. And you think that person automatically becomes what you wish they were. Mm-hmm. And you're not going to beat that person because that person could no longer do any wrong.
You can't do anything.
Yeah. Can no longer do any wrong, man. Matt got a really good Tupac joke. I'm not going to do it. Even though I said based on Tupac. You got a really, Matt Bristol.
I would love to hear that, dude.
He got a really good Tupac fucking joke, man. but I'm not gonna say
Dude,
it.
what did he say? He commented on something the other day that made me laugh. Oh, it was that the image I did with you when you were driving the Mercedes. You know, like
Oh yeah.
He wrote, Gary doesn't look like he should be driving. Which is such a funny thing to write on that. Yeah.
I shouldn't be. I think I'm a good driver, man. Motherfuckers be in the passenger seat grabbing onto shit and getting all nervous. For what? I very rarely, you know, I mean, there are moments where like I go to like, you know what gets me mad, man, is that these fucking new cars, they have the lane assist.
I know you got to turn that off, dude.
Get that the fuck out of there. You don't need it. If you have a license, you should be able to stay in the fucking lane. Okay. Then they got the brake assist. I don't need that shit either. If you don't know when to fucking brake, you shouldn't have a license. It's that fucking simple. You know what I do need, which they don't give me? The blind spot. Give me that little light that lights up that shows me somebody's in my blind spot. You want to know why? Because it's everybody's blind fucking spot. It's called the blind spot. All that other shit, you should know how to do that. What are you supposed to do about the blind spot? Well, how about we put a little light that, oh, we got that already, but it's not on every car. My car got the other two shits, but it don't got the fucking blind spot. Get rid of the other two shits. I turn that off every time I get in the fucking car. Why did Tupac and Biggie both go to heaven? Because they both had faith. That's why I fucked your wife.
Oh,
that's what he says. That's what he says, man. You ever see the cartoon where it shows his manager hearing the lyrics to hit him up for the first time?
Mm-mm.
And then at the end, he starts going in on New York, and he's like, hey, my mother's from New York. And then he goes, fuck you and your mama. And he's like, hey. Look it up. Look it up. Tupac's manager hears lyrics to hit him up for the first time. This shit is funny. It's like a cartoon.
Or Biggie's manager?
No, Tupac's. Because he's down with him.
No, isn't it Hit 'Em Up a Tupac song?
Yeah, Hit 'Em Up is a Tupac song.
So it would be Tupac's manager listening?
Yes, Tupac's manager is listening to him record it. Like in the other room, he's listening to him record it.
It's a cartoon?
Yeah, he's in like the sound booth while he's recording it.
Dude, what was this from?
I think they just made it. I think it was something just made.
Really?
Yeah. I bet you I find it real quick, because you know what it is. You don't know what to put in. That's his problem. He never knows. He tries to be so like, you know.
You said it's a cartoon?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. Huh.
Oh, I know. The problem is I looked that up on YouTube. I didn't want to look it up on YouTube. I wanted to just look it up. All right, hold on.
Yeah, you see what he's doing, dude? Yeah. This is
it went to YouTube. I didn't want it.
Pac was wild. He said, and if want to be down with bad boys,
then fuck you too. Yeah. That's it. You know he was just drunk in the fucking studio, just going off, man. You know that shit, man. Watch, I'm gonna find it right now. Manager hearing lyrics to.
Yeah, I think this is one of those times where you're telling me to Google something, and then you have like 3/4 of the stuff that you want me to Google as wrong or incorrect, and you have it twisted, and that's why we can't.
I just can't find it. I can't find it.
Oh yeah, because it's always so hard not to be able to find stuff these days.
Well, because it's
so difficult to look for it. You just have to type in even just a broad semblance.
Man, I know.
And we have Tupac manager. We have the song name. We have a cartoon.
I can't find it. I think it was
because
on
it
TikTok.
doesn't exist.
It was probably on TikTok.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, Instagram.
Probably some shit you saw in '97.
It was a long time ago. I will give you that. It was a long time ago. But what's that mean? That it shouldn't be there anymore? Let me see. Can you look up? Hold on. I don't know. Let's see. Oh, hold on. Nah, I didn't find it. That sucks. All right,
because it doesn't exist.
I mean, I guess you could say that, right? Maybe you know what it is? It's the Mandela effect. That's what it is. It's the Mandela effect. I believe that it actually was there, and now it's no longer there. It's like, Luke, I am your father. The traveling runner says, dude said my fofo make sure all y'all kids don't grow. I saw something like what G was talking about on the gram not too long ago. Yes, that's what I must have saw it on the gram. It was funny because he's just doing that whole shit at the end, and the man just listening to him. And he's like this, and then he comes out and goes, and all y'all, N-words from New York, and he goes, hey, my mother's from New York. And he goes, if you want to be down, then fuck you too. And he's like, hey.
My mother's from New York.
Whatever.
Well, traveling the runner, thanks for nothing. What am I supposed to do with this?
He was just backing me up, man. We both had the Mandela effect. All right?
It means nothing to me.
Well, what means anything to you? Please tell me, what means anything to you, dude?
Our friendship, that means something to me. Our relationship, our great conversation, having you as a part of my life, that means something to me.
And just for the record, man, I didn't say the name because I almost said Dom DeLuise, and I knew it wasn't Dom DeLuise.
That would have been so funny.
I knew it wasn't him, so,
Do you have Dom DeLuise on the show? Yeah. Me and Rinaldi learned how to make meatballs.
Is he even still alive? I don't think so.
Dom DeLuise? I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think he's still alive, man.
He's got the best meatballs, dude. The Dom DeLuise cookbook. Yeah, bro.
Really?
No, he died in 2009.
Oh, wait a minute. You just said that he has the best meatballs?
His recipe, his meatball recipe.
What would your mother say about that?
She makes his meatball recipe.
Oh, she does?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
so you don't have like your own family meatball recipe? What kind of Italian?
My mom's not Italian, dude.
Do you claim to be?
My mom's not Italian. It's my dad's side that's Italian.
What's your mom's?
She's Irish.
Irish.
But she's a catering. She had a catering company growing up. So she's a very good cook. She makes great Italian food, but she's not Italian,
So she makes Dom DeLuise's balls.
She makes Metagon Italian food, yeah.
Okay.
For sure.
That's cool, man. Yeah. Bro says, I was from New York, but now I'm a Jersey Turk and I like it. I guess I am too, right? How many years do I have to be in Jersey before?
You got the license, dude. Oh, that's what it is. It's the license. If you got the license, that's where you're from, bro. That's where you tell people.
Well, it's not where I'm from. It's where I'm at.
Right. Well, that's where you live.
At the moment, I'm a Jerseyan, right? Is that what they call us, New Jerseyans?
They call you trash, is what they call you. That's what it is. Yeah. When you move to Jersey, you become trash.
Makes sense. He had some good movies with Burt Reynolds. I actually met him once in the street.
Burt?
Dom DeLuise.
Oh.
Yeah, he had a bunch of great movies with that. He was like the dude who got smacked up all the time. Traveling Runner says, gonna go chef up some lunch. If y'all go off here, have a great weekend, gentlemen. Traveling Runner, same to you, my man. Thanks for hanging out with us. I appreciate that. Bro says DNA runs deep, Brian, so that makes you a good cook too.
I am.
Are you? You never made me anything.
I know. I never invite you over to my place.
Never.
No.
Well, I've been to back in the day, but I ate the stuff your wife would bake the cookies and shit.
Oh,
like that.
that's right. Yes, that's right. That's right. Yeah, that was cookie season when we were doing the show then. Yeah, dude, when you come out, it was actually I was saying me and Rinaldi are going to we're going to LA in a couple weeks to shoot some stuff with Dom, and I want to make food for Dom. I think that would be a funny show. But dude, you're more than welcome. I got the spare floor that we could have an air mattress on. I'll send the wife back to Jersey.
Mattress.
Well, okay, this is the plan, and I've actually talked to the wife about this. The wife said when you want to come out here, she'll fly home, right? So whatever flight you get,
she stays here and she takes care of mama.
That's not a bad idea. Yeah, so she'll go to Jersey.
Then that covers me having someone to take care of mama.
Then you'll go each way, right? You guys will switch, and we have a king. So I'm not, I'm not.
I'm saying
I'm not proud.
I'm just saying, blow up mattresses. Usually, I
have a king.
find myself in them.
We have a king.
By the end of the day, but we'll figure it out.
Yeah, we can bunk up in the king.
Stop trying to get me in your bed, dog.
Dude, we have a king. We have a king. You can fit. I got a bathrobe too. What size? What size are you? Medium? You like slippers?
I don't like slippers. Well, I like slippers. I don't know. I'd rather wear my sneakers. I wear
but not in the house, dude.
I do.
Not in San Francisco. You're not wearing your fucking shoes in my house, dog.
Oh, okay.
Fuck no, dude.
Track fentanyl.
I have, dude. I have never. Well, that you can bring in. That we want you to bring in.
It's fentanyl all over the crib, man.
Yeah.
Can't be doing that shit. How is Boots?
He's high.
I'm about to say, he's trying to kick it. Is he still kicking it?
Yeah, he's withdrawing in the other room. I actually had to leash him up to the radiator so he wouldn't go out and try to copy.
I actually read an article that said that San Francisco has more dogs than any other state going through withdrawals.
Dude. I'm not Googling that because there's no way that's real, dude. I was about to click on it. I'm like, no, there's no way that's real.
Yeah, dude, they're blowing the fentanyl in their ears.
Dude, you know what's funny? I saw some dog blowing a guy the other day around the corner. It was really weird. And he didn't look happy about it, He did not look happy about it.
Dog's got to do what a dog's got to do when you're hooked. You're hooked, dog. I wonder how the dog approaches them to let him know. Does he just start like sniffing his crotch? And the guy's like, get out of here. Get out. All right. Well, all right. I'll give you $20. Follow me behind this dumpster.
Maybe I should just start carrying little pieces of bacon with me everywhere I go.
Just carry peanut butter. Those pouches of peanut butter.
The little packets.
Little packets.
Just shove them in my pockets.
I knew there was a reason for those things. Yeah. I was wondering why they put peanut butter in packets, and then I realized San Francisco.
I'm gonna get a white van, dude, and just say free peanut butter.
I'm actually convinced right now that the zombie apocalypse might take place in San Francisco first. That might be the first place.
Yeah, but here's the thing, dude. If the zombies are on fentanyl, you're gonna have a big head start. Is what you're gonna have. By the time they catch up to you, they're gonna be like, all right. Every time
I don't know, man. I think the zombie shit makes you faster.
Well,
it gives you like powers. Because every time they get shot, they don't go right down. They'll be like, pa, pa, and they still keep coming at you.
That's the meth.
You got to hit them in the head.
Oh, dude, I meant to tell you this before. Have you been reading some of the comments we've been getting on the gravity clip?
I have. I only want to be called an idiot so many times, man.
Well, they're coming at me now, dude. Now it's my
God bless all those individuals with no lives that just want to like troll.
Can I play the clip again? Because I'm proud of this clip. I think this is one of our better
play
clips.
The kid so we can look at the comments of the clip. Yeah. Let's check it out. So I know what you're talking
exists, bro. I'm just gonna say it. Gravity's fucking. I don't think gravity exists, bro. I'm just gonna say it. Gravity's fucking.
This shit is slow, man. How many things you have open, man?
A lot.
Come on, why do you keep doing that? Right? Don't we have to tell him this stuff all the time, man? You would think he knows by now. I'm just talking to my peoples. You know. Get your shit together, man.
Here you go.
I can't hear it.
You can't?
No.
Don't.
Why? I'm just letting you know.
Just dude, the story of it now is like, all right, so
go back to the beginning.
I don't think gravity exists, bro. I'm just saying it. Gravity's fucking
eyes right now.
I think it's fake, bro. I think it's fucking fake. It's just, dude, the story of it now is like, all right, so Sir Isaac Newton, the guy who is like the father of what, physics, mathematics, like in all this other shit, classical mechanics, the three universal laws of motion, right? This dude was down with the shit we're fucking down with, bro. He was doing all sorts.
I'm not down with none of that shit.
Oh yeah, you are. Oh yeah. Oh, you're down with it, G. You're way down, dude. I don't think gravity.
Yo, you got 40 comments on that shit.
I know, dude. I know, and they're all hysterical. And we've gotten the same kind of comment before. Says, I've never heard two people say less. Don't do drugs, kids. And the guy says, don't blame drugs for this. They're not responsible here.
They are not.
They're
it's
not.
The school system. What? Why doesn't anybody blame the school system?
Bro, did you just hear that?
Yeah, I did. Was that you? What was it, your bell?
What was that, little buddy? Oh,
what was that? Was your door?
The fire test. The fire test.
Oh,
they're doing
yeah,
fire test today.
Yeah. All right. There you
go. Dude's tweaking hard. Look at his eyes.
Who, you?
Yeah.
He said, dude's tweaking hard. Look at his eyes. That is great. Yo, go ahead. Let's go, man. I'm loving this right here. It's good to see you get some of this, but I'm sure I'm going to have some.
He said, if gravity doesn't exist, how can you be down? Bro just insulted years of research and study. Listen to these rocket surgeons.
What's fucked up is I said I'm not even down with that, yo. Oh God, man, that is great.
He observed something and named it. No part of that is left up to interpretation. It just is theirs. There's no room to say it's fake. Okay. Funny thing is, once you understand gravity, you'll realize it actually doesn't exist. But gravity is the easiest, correct way to explain a much more complex phenomenon. Ooh, D. Quinn with a little esotericism.
Look at someone taking you back,
bro.
bro. Oh man.
This guy seems unhinged.
Yeah.
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 Dude's brain cells just left the universe. Gravity is a pseudoscience theory. Okay, don't know what either of those are. Look it up. If gravity doesn't exist, why are celestial bodies spherical?
Well, not Earth.
If gravity didn't exist, the planet wouldn't exist because gravity is the entire reason planets and stars are held together.
So they say. Oh shit.
It's the air pressure pushing down. So I agree, not gravity. It's gravity. Otherwise, you would feel the air. This is great, dude. I love this.
That's hysterical, man.
I guess his brain floated away in his OG environment. Drops phone, floats in place.
Shot the mic in the mic. Nah, man. Listen, when you say that shit, just so you understand, I think density is what makes us go down. We're heavy, so we go down. You know, anything that has weight goes down. Yeah, gravity is a theory. Einstein's theory, just an idea. Exactly, man. You know, Hidden Reality, good channel for you guys to use as a jump off point for some shows if the well runs dry. Yeah, I don't know if that well.
It won't, dude. But I watch that. I know that channel, dude. I love. Shout out to Hidden Reality. It is a great channel. I watch stuff on there a lot. You've actually sent me shit from that channel. We're hip. We're hip. What we're not is scientists or mathematicians.
Yeah, nah, we're fucking rocket scientists. His smoke goes up, right? My smoke goes up. The more 76, if I'm correct, first time commenter, I'm gonna agree with you. Give me 1 second. Hold it down for a second. They're coming to take the moldy tiles out of my fucking bathroom.
Yeah, folks. So thanks for staying with us. Really huge shout out to all the people over there on YouTube for talking shit. And really a big thank you to everyone who's watched the show, supports the show thus far. I mean, me and G love doing it. It is the bright spot of my week each week. It's been fantastic. We hope that we can keep bringing you information week to week. Hopefully some of it true, most of it false. But you guys can have some fun sitting with us here in the live stream. So, you know, special shout out to all of our regulars, bro, 1212, Traveling Runner, King Handles, Stormy, Zero. Jasmine, Zero. Who else we got? Michelle.
Stormy.
Yes,
Stormy's not here today. You know what I'm saying? We
Raymond.
Get El Gato.
Yeah, Gato Gordo, Raymond, yeah, Eliza, Brad.
Yeah, we got a lot.
Jasmine.
I appreciate y'all. Yeah. You know, you said her, but she's so good you should say it twice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think we forgot somebody too, but I'm not sure. I just walked in, so I'm not sure. You know, yeah, I got mold in the bathroom. They're taking it out now.
I'm shocked that you have mold in the bathroom.
You would think I don't live good, man. You know what I'm saying? You would think my house does not look fucking fantastic.
You have a nice home. You have a very nice home. You have a home. I would say you have a home.
Yes. And for a single dude, man, you know, I don't know.
You would think you're gay because you're tall.
Well, no, you wouldn't think I'm gay. There's a lot of like my house is very masculine. You know what I'm saying? It does look like a single dude lives here.
Dude, yes, but what about
what?
What about the disco ball, the lava lamps, those lights you have, and that weird back room with those rubber things, the long rubber things that bend? I don't know what you call them.
Dildos?
Yes, that's it.
Look, I told you not to go in that room. You chose to go in there. That's on you. Thermo says y'all talk about the fake news every second we get, every chance we get. Which fake news do you want to talk about?
Yeah, which one?
Which one? Oh, did you hear? I was also watching Candace Owens yesterday too. Something else I thought was
not hear that you were watching Candace Owens yesterday. I did
Yeah.
not read that in the paper this
You
morning.
didn't hear that?
No.
No, but she was talking about how now they have the Ebony Alert instead of the Amber Alert in California, your place of residence. They just signed into law the Ebony Alert.
Is that when a hot black girl comes walking down the street? You get a text message.
You get a text
tell all your
message.
boys, you're like, yo, you see this chick?
Yeah, yo,
she's here.
Right. Hot black girl.
Hot black girl in your neighborhood. I lost your mic, G. I lost your mic. While G figures it out, I'll pull it up. Gavin Newsom signs bill creating Ebony alerts for missing black women and children. How come not missing black men? You're still on mute. That's because we know where they are. Sacramento, California government, Gavin Newsom signed a new law that will help officials track down missing black women and children. Senator Stephen Bradford, who I guarantee is a fucking white guy, dude. There's no way that this dude's fucking black. There's no way that this dude is black. Oh, yeah, he's black. Are you there, G?
I'm right here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah, it's your other mic, though. I don't have your Yeti. Said Senator Stephen Brown, Ebony Alert legislation will allow law enforcement to request an Ebony Alert to get the word out about missing black women and children ages 12 to 25. California is taking bold and needed action to locate missing black children and black women in California. I want to thank the governor for signing Ebony Alert law into effect. Our black children and young women are disproportionately represented on the list of missing persons. This is heartbreaking and painful. This is racist, dog.
100% racist.
Yeah, this is racist. Dude, how come the Amber Alert is not good enough? What is the Amber Alert only for Donald Trump? For amber colored people?
Well, it's for me, it's also like it's just like, you know, it's definitely whatchamacallit waiting to happen. It's a horrible idea. It's like, all right, so now what happens if they respond too slow? I don't get it. I don't get the whole idea of it. But just like you said, it's racist. And then grab some chips and don't be a dip. The boogeyman, Hamas. But like that shit is straight up ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And it's funny because if you look at the comments when the people put it up, it was all against it. Like everyone's against it. It makes no sense, you know. And then she goes, what's next? Black only schools? And they're like, yes, because they want to make black only schools. People were going back. They're just resegregating again, man. Them liberals are slick like a motherfucker. You know? The War 76 says, gotta be kidding, as if Amber's didn't include black people. Exactly, man. That's insane.
So this is a tweet from Elephant Civics. It says the EFF, a political party in South Africa, has put up a no whites allowed sign at one of the largest universities in South Africa, built in 1908 by whites. UC Berkeley in California also has a no whites allowed housing. Anti-white discrimination is coming to America, and SA is a model.
Yeah, man. Yo, straight white men can't even get jobs at Best Buy right now in management positions. They're not even hiring them.
Of Pretoria.
What's that mean?
I don't know, but I also I'm going to look this up because Pretoria is in South Africa, and I want to make sure this is real because this, I mean, honestly, this looks like a sign that somebody put a bumper sticker on, right?
Could be. Do some of that D-Tech work. Do some of that dick work.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but I find
it dude, yeah. See, there's stickers.
Yeah.
Stickers.
Right? I find it to be ridiculous.
Yeah. Okay, so it's an Afro Forum. It was a youth group, right? Afro Forum youth put up no whites allowed stickers at University of Pretoria's Hatfield campus.
Wow. Yeah. Well, that's okay nowadays. You know, I always knew when I was young there would come a time. I ain't even gonna lie. When I was young, I always knew there would come a time where like there'd be a switch. And that white people would be the ones that, like, you know, people are racist against. And look at it's true. It's going on right now. You know, the racism is allowed against, especially straight white males.
Well, I just want to say, as a straight white male, I'm kicking it up a notch, dude. We're going back to 1955. And I'm not going to say all the words that were said back then, but I'm going to try to kick it back up in my every day-to-day.
Oh, you bring it back Mongoloid? Are you going to bring back Mongoloid?
I'm going to say Oriental.
Look at this Mongoloid over here.
Do you want a list of all the words that I'm going to say?
Sure, go ahead, man. I mean, it shouldn't affect my career.
Oriental. That's gonna be number one, right? That's gonna be first and foremost. You know what we're not gonna say? Guinea. That's gonna be off the list. You know what I'm also gonna get rid of? No more. Hey, hey, tough guy from New York.
Who does that? Who does that? Who does that?
Every single person who's not from New Jersey who's like, oh yeah, you're from Jersey, huh? Hey, yeah, you wise guys, huh? So how about you suck my fucking cock?
Nobody does that.
Everybody who's not from New Jersey.
Nobody does that.
I'm Brian. I'm from Jersey. They go, oh, Jersey, huh?
They go, oh, I'm from Jersey. You from Jersey? I'm from Jersey. You from Jersey?
Jersey.
If I start talking like that, man, kick me in my face. The more 76 says, I hope I'm saying that right. Perversity, perverse, ass backwards. And also says there is one race, the human race. All other ideas are meant to divide. Yes, it's 100% true. In fact, there was a time when there weren't different races and shit. There's a book written on it where it was created. Before that, it was just the human race. And I agree with you 100%. And the human race is in turmoil right now. Motherfuckers need to get their shit together so I can stop sounding like a Republican. I'm not. Anyone who knows me knows that I'm too open about my my drug use and sexual deviance to be a Republican, and I'm definitely not a Democrat. I don't blame everybody else for my stupid ass decisions. So, plus I'm a hard worker and I like to make my own money. I don't like to depend on the fucking government. They get you caught up, dude. I know so many people that won't get work because it puts them right over. It puts them right over the amount where they're able to get stuff from the government, whether it's
they don't work because of that, right?
Yeah, because they won't get a job because they're like, oh well, if I get the job, then I lose that. Yeah, and you pay for it your fucking self the way it's supposed to be. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not supposed to be going to the government to give you shit. I know a motherfucker who goes to the government for everything and then gets mad about how long the lines are. The fucking nerve. You're gonna fucking complain to me about how long the lines are and I pay taxes? Go fuck yourself. Oh no, I know they get high, but their thing is they like to pretend they don't. They like to keep.
Yeah, I think that's going to change a little bit, especially once the Republican Party loses that the old school Christian South, like the old white Christian South part of the Republican Party. When honestly, dude, the Republican Party looks more like me and you, or more like you rather, like us, like people who
you put me in a lot of fucking categories, dog. How dare you try to pigeonhole me? I'm just the man, dog.
Gary, I'm a white man, dude. I'm a white man, Gary. There's nothing more that I love to do than put some minority in a box. That's exactly what
I don't know if I'm a minority anymore. I think we might be a little.
Well,
I'm thinking you're the minority right now, dude. I think you guys are the minority. I could be wrong.
Hey, dude, I'm an Italian, dude. I'm a Guinea, bro. I'm a Guinea.
All the shit you just said you don't want to be said no more. Didn't you say you didn't want Guinea to be said anymore? No one even says
Hey,
that.
Don't use that word in my presence, bro. Chill, dude.
No one even says that.
Hey!
Man. Stop yelling.
I'm sorry.
All right.
You fucking Guinea. What?
The traveling runner says, did Matt Getz ever get convicted for that underage prostitute thing?
No, he basically led the charge against McCarthy. Like, what, dude? He just ousted the Speaker of the House, bro. No, he didn't. No, he's good, dude. The DOJ, did not charge him at all.
Nah, man, and the liberals won't bring that shit up because they love underage prostitutes.
Yeah. Matt Gaetz will not face trafficking charges
Holy shit.
the Department of Justice after grand jury investigated whether the Florida Republican had a sexual relationship with a 17-year-old and paid her to travel with him. CNN's Paula Reed shared on Twitter that the prosecutors have begun informing witnesses of their final decision after investigators recommended not moving forward with the charges.
See, that's why I don't bring chicks on the road with me. Well, a chick is like, how come you won't bring me on the road? It's like, come on, baby. I'm not trying to get no trafficking charges.
That's why I pay cash.
No.
You can't 1099 them, dude. I mean, that's where you fucked up, bro. It's like,
who puts it on a credit card? They probably got the, what's that shit called?
Cash App?
The Cash App, either the Cash App or the
Not
Square.
Venmo, dude. They got Cash.
They probably got the Square. They're doing it on the Square. They swipe that shit. The United States is a republic. Technically, we are all Republican citizens. Democracy does not apply. I would agree with that too. I somehow feel you're too smart to be watching the show.
Well, thanks for watching them more.
Michelle says, G, you won't bring me on the road with you, G? Nah, I ain't getting I get double charges. I'm trafficking a midget. You'll say that that you couldn't even fight me. I'm not getting caught up in that shit, Michelle. Traveling Runner says, was greaser one of Brian's banned slurs? No, you can still call him a greaser. You know, a grease ball. You call him a grease ball. Did they say that, grease ball? You know,
grease ball, yeah.
Yeah, grease ball. What else did they used to call you guys, man? There were never really no good ones.
Guinea, Wop, Dago, Italian, macaroni.
What's wrong with Italian?
Well, it's really just like the Midwestern way of saying it. You know, somebody who's never met an Italian person before, like they say, yeah, I'd like Italian dressing on my salad. It's just a very American, like white, just like white bread thing to say. You know, it's interesting. And I wanted to bring this up because I went out with one of my wife's friends from here in San Francisco. We went out to a dinner party. I went to like this French restaurant. It was super nice, dude. It was very intimate. It was this girl's and her husband's boyfriend's like 30th birthday. They invited out 15 people, 20 people, a nice fresh restaurant, you know, the long table, the restaurant printed up, you know, the menu.
Come on, dude.
Well, I'm trying to set the scene. You know, they printed up this prefix menu, had the girl's name, the husband's name on it. And it was during that dinner that I realized there are levels to whiteness, right? And that me being not necessarily an Italian, but being more or less a middle-class person, there are degrees of whiteness depending on who you're around, right?
Yes.
When I'm around you, maybe.
Hold on 1 second.
We get back from out of town, we'll replace it. All right, okay.
This fucking guy, man. I feel like Seinfeld in the episode where the dude's making the kitchen for him and he can't make one move without, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, dude, all right, just do the fucking shit you came up here to do.
Jerry, well, first what I'm going to do is I'm going to
No, there are definitely degrees of whiteness, dude. And it goes in both directions. So what are you saying? Like that was a different degree of richness?
It was okay. So here's the story that I'm telling, right? I'm actually
Degrees of whiteness sounds like a bestseller. Definitely, yo, it does.
Yeah.
That's a great movie, dude. You show lower class, middle class, and upper class and how they live. That would be great. Michelle says, yup, upper class white, middle class white. Then there's redneck white. Let me tell you something, dude. When you talk about levels of whiteness, poor white, like really poor white.
Yeah, trailer trash.
is a different level. That shit
Yeah,
is
West Virginia poor, bro. West Virginia poor.
So I don't even know. I didn't go that far. I went
Yeah,
to,
I did.
I went to where's the show? The Office.
Scranton.
Scranton.
Yeah.
Is a different kind of poor white going on in Scranton.
Yeah, yeah. Any of that Appalachian, anything that like those, anything that OxyContin really took over, it's a different kind of poor.
That shit is different.
So I want to go back to so I'm at this fresh restaurant, right? And I'm talking to French restaurant, yeah. And I'm talking to this Asian girl who's sitting across from me, right? And she's saying that she used to live in Jersey.
Oh, don't you mean Oriental?
I'm sorry. Yes. Yeah. I'm sitting across from this Oriental girl, and she's saying she used to live in Jersey, and I'm like, but she said she lived in California, lived in Jersey, but also lived in like Paris. So I'm like, what the fuck? So I'm trying to figure out what she was doing in Paris. Can't really add it up together, whatever. So we start talking about San Francisco. And I'm like, you know what I don't get? There's this neighborhood called the Mission District, which every upper class white person here loves, right? But
they only fuck missionary there.
No, dude, it's like Kensington, bro. It's like it'd be like living around the bus station in Atlantic City, right? Like there's people just selling shit out in front of it all the time, like just fenced products, like down the whole street. And they call it the Mission District because that's where all the Spanish missionaries were. So it's like a big old school Mexican neighborhood. So there's good food there, right? But it's completely taken over by homeless people. So I'm saying to this girl, I'm like, I don't get why anybody would want to live there. The only time I've ever went down there was to buy some soap off one of the dudes on the street.
Why would you buy soap from a homeless person?
Well, dude, you've been to the city before where the guy will have a blanket of just a bunch of shit that they just stole from Walgreens, right?
Oh, okay. Right? So you do your shopping.
No, I don't do
off like of blankets in San Francisco.
I won't. I don't ordinarily do it, but so here's
I'm
the story.
I'm trying to understand you.
This is what I street soap.
Soap. He's buying street soap. What the fuck?
And again, so now
just
maybe I'm less white than you. I'm less. Yeah, well, that's true. So
you are.
The girl didn't understand that all these people who were selling products out on the street were stolen products from the stores, and this is how people made a living. And apparently, you didn't know that either, right?
No, well, I just thought you bought it. You were buying a dude who's like making soap.
No. I'm talking about just stolen shit, buying stolen shit.
Okay, I didn't get that. I didn't pick up on that.
Well, that's what
that wasn't made clear.
Well, you were interrupting.
Go ahead.
Don't you mean that wasn't made white?
The more 76 says, so we got crazy at the top and bottom of the white. Yes, the middle is the best kind of white people. That middle. Yeah, top and bottom, boy, that's something different. Blankets laid on top of human turd.
They making rat soap on the street.
Yeah, man, that's what I'm saying. I don't know what the fuck this dude's buying on the street, you know?
So anyway, so I'm telling this, we're talking about the neighborhood, and then that gets me onto the story where I'm like, yeah, I love going down to the Mission District to get burritos because they're fucking great. But
are they stolen from the burrito truck?
No.
Or do they make them themselves there?
They make them behind glass.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe they put them out on the fucking.
No, they make them behind. They make them behind glass. But what I was saying is like I can't understand why anybody would ever choose to live in that neighborhood because there's tents everywhere.
I feel that way about San Francisco.
And then I was saying how I bought the soap off the street, and the girl's like, "Wait, what? You bought soap off the street?" He was like, "Why would you buy soap off the street?" I was like, "Because it was a good deal, and I had cash." What do you mean?
That's where you get your toilet paper too.
No, right? I mean, dude, I was, I go into the place, I grab the burrito, I come back out. The dude has Dove bars of white soap. 5 for $3.
Whoa.
I mean, come
what
on,
do you mean white soap specifically for white people? Why is this stuff all brown? It smells like shit. That's your wife calling you from the bathroom. Honey, why is this stuff brown? It smells like shit. Oh, it's street soap. Oh, okay. Did you get it from Charlie? No, Charlie wasn't there. I had to go to Papo. I hear they combine used soap from hotels. Yo, I just saw a thing on that the other day. It was disgusting. It was fucking disgusting, which is another reason why when I went to the hotel this time, I didn't shower because I was only out for one day. So I said, fuck it, I'll wait till I get home to shower. Yeah, they take all the unused soap.
Have to go in the trash.
They melt it down?
Yeah. So if you ever find a pubic hair in your soap, yeah, it's recycled.
You know what I have noticed actually in all the 2-star
But
hotels?
then part of me says soap is self-cleaning.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. It's
I
gross,
had a friend who I lived with that made me switch from I got off the washcloth and went straight to the bar. Right. This is now I don't use washcloths anymore because I think they're fucking disgusting. I do. I think they're nasty.
There's some people who use washcloths who would say that they feel the other way about it.
You know what? And my wife is like that, but she only uses a washcloth once. She uses it and then it goes immediately in the wash and brings it back out. But what I do is I take the soap, rub the soap on my body, and then I take my nails and then you scrape. You know, a little friction. Little friction. And then I go.
You're like a fucking skinny baboon. Yo, this guy right now, he's tweaking. Look at his eyes. Yo, that's great because the real shit is, Brian, people actually do think you're tweaking. That is so great.
And I used to be a tweaker too.
You used to be a tweaker. Not anymore, but nobody believes you. I believe you because I've hung with you. I try to get him to tweak. He doesn't want to tweak anymore. The Traveling Runner says it's the new product line. Yeah, man. You too fire.
Yeah, thanks, man. Thanks for the more 76. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, man. Listen, I'm gonna keep it real. I use the soap shit too. I just use a whole lot of soap. You know what I'm saying? Traveling Runner says, I'm surprised they haven't made a machine that combines all those little soaps that fall into the drain when they're almost finished. I do that myself, but you know what? That's $1 million idea. Because when it's your chips, what the fuck do you care then, right?
So my mom calls them potato chips.
Yeah.
She used to get mad at me when I wouldn't replace them.
What I do is I just take the chips and I stack them on top of each other. And then you let them dry and then you get one big chip and then you got to use that and it becomes one.
Well, what I do, and this is a little tip for you, G. I know you've been around the block and you've used lots of soap. Some you've dropped, some you've held on to. but most you've dropped.
I dropped a lot of soap, but I'm always by myself. You bitch.
So they say. So when you have the chip and then you get the new bar, you have the concave and then you have the convex. You go to the part that is concave and you stick it in there, right? In the part that is.
We're still talking about the soap here, right? Because I don't want to think about you fucking rubbing your dick in the concave of your soap. Even though Traveling Runner.
Yes, see, I fused the chip to the new bar. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So you get the bend because the Dove has like that U shape. So you put it in the U, right? You get a little water, you kind of pat it down, and then you quickly flip and you rub it in one spot, and then it morphs together.
Even though Dove technically isn't soap, it's a beauty
semen.
bar. It's a beauty bar. Technically, it's not soap. All you're doing is making yourself smell good.
So
okay, I use Dial. Whatever that shit is called, something.
So let's actually go. Do you want to do a little history of soap, dude, and how it's changed? And now, what are they putting in our bodies from the chemical? I think we found a rabbit hole.
I don't think I want to know, dude. No one wants to see how the sausage is made, man.
Well, too bad. We are
See, look,
getting
Thermo.
it.
I'm afraid for you, Thermo, because we think a lot alike. And anytime someone thinks like I do, I have empathy for them. But you're right? You do not want to know how soap is made. We don't want to know, man. You know, I don't want to know how the food gets to the plate, man. I just want to know how it looks after I cook it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the fuck out of here with that.
Well, so the real soaps should have they should have fat and stuff in it, like animal lard, but they don't. You know, they don't do that anymore, obviously.
Traveling Runner says, that's what I tell the ladies. Want to see my beauty bar? And they're like, why does it look like a hot dog bun? It's so worn out in the middle.
Oh, lie. It used to be lie is bad in soap.
You know what I do? I just use the soap until it's like really, really tiny. And then I eat the chip to wash my throat.
Dude, the Dial soap to me always feels like the one that is the most chemicals, dog.
I want all those chemicals.
Yeah, dude, like it feels like the most Johnson & Johnson version of whatever it is that they're making. Like it just, even when you look at it, dude, like the color of the Dial bar, whether it's the orange one, the yellow one, or the green one, no matter what color Dial it is, it's the most unnatural color that you won't see that anywhere. And the only place you'll see it is maybe like a fruit drink.
That's what I was saying. Maybe they make it with orange peel.
Yeah.
The Thermo said, so did we land on the moon? No.
Dude, yeah, hard no.
Hard no on that one, man. We don't buy it. I don't buy it. I can't even get reception on my T-Mobile. I don't believe we got that good reception to the moon.
Yeah.
You know, unless fucking Brian got them one of those long ass cords like he did for me. I'm still grateful because although I haven't been able to plug it into my computer, I've been using it for my TV.
Oh, that's right. I forgot to send you that thing.
You know, I've been using it for my TV, so that's cool. Thermo 76. Oh, wait, Michelle Balducci says, Brian, is your dog barking? No, that's out my window right now. There's a dog that they leave on the fucking patio, and I want to hit it with eggs to shut it the fuck up, but it's not the dog's fault, so I don't.
Dude. Yeah, you shouldn't.
And I love animals,
mm-hmm.
You know,
mm-hmm.
But it just sits out there and barks all fucking day. Oh, it's so annoying. Let me close this, man. You still hear it. And they do that shit. They'll put that dog out there like 6 a.m, and I'm trying to get sleep. Thermo says, yo, G, you know any Freemasons in Philly? They got one of the best lodges there.
Are you a Mason? The more? Do you guys know it? Do you know who that is?
No,
I didn't think so, right? Yeah, I didn't think so. Are you a Mason?
Might,
the more?
You know, I'm gonna say no. I don't think that the more is a Mason. Nah, I know some Masons. I know.
Too. I grew up down the street from Daquan Mason.
You're an ass, man. I know a couple of I know a couple who still believe it's a religion. They're like so low level in it that they believe it's a religion. And then I know a comic who seems to be pretty good because he happened to get us
one of our guests.
I won't say which guest, but I will say it's probably the guest that you would think you need a Freemason to get. When you look at all our other guests, when you compare it to all our other guests, I think it would pretty easy.
Steve Rinaldi's a Freemason?
It was hard to get him, and we could only keep him for an hour. I think that guest actually stood longer than fucking Steve Rinaldi did. Well, he stood the whole episode, but back then, we used to have shorter episodes. So in that we'll give that to Steve. You know, Thermo.
Steve's defense.
The more says they built the pyramids. Brian, what do you think about that?
Oh, dude, we talked about that on
Zero. Are you still with us? If you're still with us, Zero, what do you think about that?
I'm glad that you brought this up. And this actually dips back into Tartaria a little bit. Now, G, I just want you to stay with me for a second. On Tartaria. Oh yeah, they got a great room in Philly all about Egypt about 200 years ago. Okay, so again, I want to go back to Tartaria, right? And I want to state a couple key points. G, are you with me? One, Tartaria is more of a broad idea rather than a specific place or a specific people, right? When I say Tartaria, what I mean is there was an advanced civilization sometime before ours right now. I have no idea how long. Then the next step is the government lies, and they've been lying about pretty much every single piece of history since 1900, right? And anything over from 1900 before, we have no idea if it's true or not, because honestly, we don't even know what's going on now, dude. We have no idea what is going on with Israel or Hamas. And dude, I mean, take the pandemic.
You don't even know what's going on with Hawaii.
We had no, bro. I don't even know what's going on in
or the train that fucking,
dude,
or the train that fucking derailed and put all that fucking toxic shit in the air.
Right.
No
so we know
that no more.
So we literally know nothing, and that's what you need to first grasp on. And then the next thing about Tartaria that you need to grasp onto is that there are realms, spiritual, physical, mental, ethereal, metaphysical, whatever word you want to describe it, godly.
This guy's tweaking.
Whatever one you want to call it, there are other realms out here, right? And I can prove it to you very like shortly, right? Yeah, see, the more Anatoly Flamengo and David Ewing Jr. Yes, Anatoly Flamengo was this Russian guy who wrote the New Chronology. And this is a book that I want you to kind of get on. Is that this dude has a brand new chronology for the entire human history, right? And we can go through this, and this dude's claims, right?
What,
God, bro?
What?
So I got onto the thing about Tartaria because he was talking about the Masons, and now we're onto this new chronology thing. So I'm going to tone the tweaker down a second, right?
yeah, tone down on the tweaker, dude.
And let's just go. I want to go over to. Can we just go over?
Take a breath, and let's give a shout out to Jake Hudson, who liked and shared. I appreciate you, Jake. Welcome to the show, man. Yeah, welcome to the show, man.
So what I want to first go over is this is all going to tie into Tartaria, the Masons, the Mormons, and pretty much everything you've ever known in your entire life, and Alan Dulles, actually.
Right? Oh, what a good guy that guy is. I got to pin up with him.
So this book is called it's known as the New Chronology, right? But it's the name of the book series is History, Fiction, or Science, and it's a 7-part series from this guy Anatoly Flamengo, right? Who is a top mathematician from the USSR, right? And was not into any conspiracy theories at all until much later in his life, like in his 50s, dude, was not into any of this stuff.
Yeah.
So
like
he was, right. So he was, well, no, he's not like you because he was a genius mathematician and well-respected amongst his peers and welcome into every one of his family's homes. He never went to a party and someone was like, ah, man, fucking Anatoly's here. Fuck this guy, bro. No, dude. So really, in that sense, you guys aren't like each other at all. But the only thing you guys are similar about now is
that I got into conspiracies late in my life.
Is that
the point I was trying to make?
Your family is a little bit embarrassed anytime anybody brings up your name. So the background on this Flamengo guy.
I appreciate you putting me in my place on that one, dude. You said no. He's nothing like you. This guy was a genius. You got a GED, motherfucker. Don't be comparing yourself to flamencos.
Flamengo, dude. Flamengo. And totally the Russian flamingo.
A total flamingo.
I didn't know he was gay, bro. He was gay.
had no idea. Yeah, he was a total flamingo.
Dude.
I love my gay people.
I love my
So, no.
flamingos, dude.
I love my flamingos. Traveling runner ass. Does Russian math even count?
Barely, dude.
We're just tearing everybody up. You got one dude who went to a bunch of colleges and never graduated, and another dude with a GED just tearing down people for no reason. Geniuses. I'm comparing myself to geniuses. The traveling runner says, wasn't Flamengo one of the fighters in Mike Tyson's Punch Out?
All right, so back to flamenco, right? So flamenco and a bunch of these other dudes were doing some sort of study, and let me find out where he actually where it came from. Here we go. Right. Okay. So this is the history of the new chronology, right, dude? So basically, this dude is posing a whole theory for our actual human timeline that we've been given is wrong, and it's been controlled essentially by the Vatican, right?
Okay. So I'm really not 53.
Yes. You're 56. The idea of chronologies that differ from conventional chronology can be traced back to at least the second half of the 17th century. Jean Hardouin then suggested many ancient historical documents were much younger than commonly believed. In 1685, he published a version of Pliny the Elder's Natural History, in which he claimed that most Greek and Roman texts had been forged by Benedictine monks, right? Which later questioned on these results. Hardouin stated that he would reveal the monks' reasons in a letter to be revealed only after his death. The executors of his estates were unable to find, this letter. Sir Isaac Newton, what I was talking about in the last episode, examined the current chronology of Greece, Egypt, and the Near East and expressed discontent in the prevailing theories, right? And then he wrote something called The Chronology of Ancient Kingdoms Amended. So Newton, who is the godfather of gravity, also believed in a new chronology, right? And this is shit that they don't tell you when you're learning about Newton. You learn that he comes up with gravity at like fucking 18 by sitting underneath a tree. I think he was even younger, maybe 15 or something like that.
Yeah.
Comes up with this theory of gravity, goes on to be a scientist, right, dude? But after 25, all he was posing was conspiracy theories and alchemy and shit like that. That's all the stuff he was researching, right? And
What's alchemy? What's alchemy? Explain that to me.
Alchemy, it's chemistry before chemistry existed, really. Okay. It was like, let me spin straw into gold. That's alchemy, right? It's like they had an idea of chemistry, but it was mixed with magic, so to speak.
Okay. All right.
Gravity.
The Moore 76 says this dude is a legend, though. The connections are amazing. Ancient Greece, ancient Rome, ancient Egypt, all these ancient civilizations are bullshit. The traveling runner says Russian math. 1 + 1 = communism. Now you have nothing. Likes make diamond from coal. Like make diamonds from coal. Okay, I'm with you. What is shining all over the place right now?
Yeah. All right, so I was just trying to find. Okay, here we go.
What's that stuff? What is that?
That was me just trying to find the tab that I was on. Is what that was.
I don't like to hear your mind think. That's what it's like. It's like your mind running. I don't like to hear your mind running.
So the flamenco guy, right? So they were tasked with something where they were studying these meteors, right? And when they were studying these meteors, what they had found is an anomaly, right? And what this anomaly is that there was some weird gravitational pull between the moon and the earth and some shit that didn't make any sense to me, right? But it was all had to do with gravity. It had to do with gravity and then some sort of year. Like say the meteor was in the year 5000 BC and then this is what happened. but those two things couldn't happen because the math doesn't add up, right? So from him researching these meteors is what propelled him on this journey, right?
The journey to
this whole new chronology and this,
okay.
Yes, comets in history, right? Like Halley's Comet, known timelines for comets. So throughout history, right? And a lot of the times these historians use meteorological events as reference points for dates, right? So let's take a week for an example, like our week. You could say, you could refer to something as, oh, I went to New York 2 days ago, right?
Okay,
and that 2 days ago is because 2 suns came up since then. So we call that 2 days, right?
Okay.
So when we have historical texts, we have zero idea of when they were written, right? They said someone viewed this comet, right? And then we find another book that is talking about the same comet. And then we're like, oh, well, this seems like this was about 1,000 years. So that's how we start dating stuff. It's really one reference point. So all of history is really based on some shit we think we know from the year like 1600, right? And then everything else is based on that one guess from 1600 back. You follow me?
It's all bullshit.
So basically someone's like, yeah, I think that was like 6 years ago on that Tuesday. That's the date we remember. And then we just base off everything off that fucking hunch, And then how many of those hunches multiplied over the course of human history, plus war, plus misinformation, plus propaganda, gives us the history books. That's Tartaria.
So
that is Tartaria.
There's no way to tell really where we are.
That is Tartaria. Exactly. And that is really Tartaria,
This guy right here is tweaking. He's obviously tweaking. So then what you're saying is there's real no way to tell. I might be 53. I might be what? Something else? Steve Rinaldi just hit me up. He said, thanks for having me. That was fun.
Tell him we're still on.
I let him know that the show's still going on. You little bitch. See if he wants to come back.
The old world order.
I mean, listen, I don't believe that the timeline that we're on right now is probably correct. I just don't know why I'm sure there's a reason why they would lie.
Yeah. So he also, dude, he really goes into like these, historical parallels, right? And he goes through like Plato, Socrates. He goes through here. Look at this. He goes through all of these like different, like storylines, right? Basically storylines from the Ottoman Empire, the Roman Empire, this empire, that empire. And it's like true. When you look at all these old ancient civilizations, right? The Romans, the Greeks, they all are these polytheistic. They all have a sun god. They all have a moon god. They all have a this god. They all have a that god. And all the names are similar, right? And what's more interesting is all of these stories like the Odyssey, there's very similar creation stories or character stories that just have different names. So they're like what the Moore is saying. They're copy and pasting different stories from our old world order, our Tartarian, our Aryan ancestors, the Phoenicians that gave us this information, really Noah, the flood, where all this stuff actually fucking comes from. And then they're snipping it in, dude. They're snipping in this fake information into the Bible, dude. And that's why personally, bro, that's why I believe you when you tell me the experience you have with the Bible. And the reason I believe that, dude, is because I can look into your eyes, bro. And nothing matters other than the feeling I get from hearing what you're saying. That connection that is made between what you felt and then you telling me is what makes me believe that it is true, right? And that, dude, I believe you cannot fake, right? You cannot fake. And that is something that me and you talk about a lot too, dude. That is the aura. That is the ether, right? That is this area.
You went back to ether.
Follow me, bro. That is the good magic that I'm talking about. That is the good magic that Jesus was talking about. And it's not necessarily magic, but that's the Holy Spirit connecting us, the spirit of God. And that is what the good magic is. And the
I
bad,
wouldn't say the word magic personally. I wouldn't say the word magic.
Whatever. That's the good spirit.
But
that's the good spirit versus
when you talk about the Holy Spirit, yeah, we talk about the Holy Spirit. We're not talking about magic. You know, I don't believe there's good magic, but I get you. Supernatural. I might go with that word. I can't say I got a GED.
Does that make it a little more like connectable? The Tartarian, this new chronology, a little bit like because that made a lot of sense to me when I thought about the old characters, right? So first, take the architecture, right? The architecture is what like the center of the Tartarianism, so to speak, right? When you see
and all that shit,
yeah, bro. And Rinaldi was talking about St. Peter's Basilica, right? And like how pretty it is, right? And then I also, you know, we've showed this, you know, before this St. Peter's Basilica, right? You know, they got the Washington Monument, you know, they have the Capitol building, and then they have all these other pillars, right? And then you go to what is it? The Army Navy War Building in DC. I don't remember what it's called now. Vice President office. It's the Vice President's office building. It's the Eisenhower building. The Eisenhower building, right?
Yeah.
It's like, bro, this isn't the same architecture, dude. It's like, isn't the same. This is all over San Francisco.
Yeah.
You know, it's.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
like
listen, that's
and the fact that it was all made in like 1880, like when we were taking horses across the Old West, like that, like they built this building at the same time we were doing the Oregon Trail.
Yeah, I always find it very weird how the buildings were better back in the day. I feel like they were better. I feel like they were.
But also at the same time, dude. So let's just go with this one building in Washington D.C. Right? Humor me just for a second.
I've been humoring you for 3 hours now.
You've been humoring me for 160
for 160 fucking something episodes. I've been humoring you, man. But
so,
you humor me, so you know.
So listen, it was built 1871 to 1888. Okay, those were the years. Right? You know what happened in 1865? Like the U.S., the American Civil War, it ended in 1865. So after a country that was completely decimated, right, also fought with gunpowder, swords, and horses, right? No vehicles whatsoever. All they had was steam-powered ships, allegedly, at this time, right? They had steam-powered ships.
Okay.
They built a building, dude. Like a huge building in DC. Now, I also want to mention this wasn't the only building that they built like this at this time, right?
Yeah, very interesting. So is it that you're saying, are you saying that we've been letting in illegal Mexicans much more sooner than we know?
I'm saying this country was founded on illegal Mexican immigration. And that's what I want to get back to, dude. I want to build a wall, but dude, I want to build it at the south end of Mexico, dude, to keep all those Panamanians, the Ecuadorians, the Hondurans, and the Puerto Ricans out, bro. I'm not gonna lie, dude.
Keep us out. We're in. We're part of America, dude. You can't get us out.
Well, you're on an island, dog, and there's a reason for that.
I'm not on an island, and there's a reason for that. Hold on. It ends up they deduce the Bible is a story about the Middle Ages 400 to 600 years ago. My bro's seen it. No, he's seen it for a long time. I see a lot of it too. I just like to play devil's advocate a lot, you know, and I'm also just not that smart. So sometimes I just needed to explain it to me. Hundreds of these buildings across the US. Oh, hell yeah, man. I mean, and you were talking about the Masons earlier, the old police station right on the side, man. We were walking by it not too long ago, and we realized it says a Masonic building. It has all the Masonic symbols on it, you know. And I know the police are definitely tied into that shit. You know, you're gonna need them. You know, when you accidentally murder that hooker in the hotel.
Yeah, so dude, look, the Baltimore City Hall built in the same style. Like, dude, that's what I'm saying, bro. It's like you look at this shit, right? This is Philly City Hall, and this is like that same stuff that I posted. Like, bro, none of this has any meaning to me and you.
Nah.
But you tell me they made that with zero meaning.
No, they made everything they do has meaning, dude.
Right,
Everything.
bro.
That elephant in the middle has something to do with it. Everything
dude,
has
that's
meaning.
bro. Okay, so I want to, dude. There's this other building, the Pacific.
The more it tells me take time to do the homework. I've been doing this shit for years. For years, I've been so deep in this. I got him turned on to the rabbit hole. He's just a little younger. He has a younger heart, so he's picking up things that I haven't picked up on it, and I let him explain it to me. And then I watch a bunch of shit and read a bunch of shit. You know, we do flat Earth on hell yeah, dude. We do flat Earth all the time. In fact, if you were to ask us, I would say I'm not a flat earther, but we both agree we're flat Earth, round Earth skeptics.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we are. And you can grab that shirt on brianlicata.com/shop and pick yourself up a round Earth skeptic shirt from Rated G and support the podcast, man. Awesome. Yeah, now I'm telling you, we think a lot alike. I just never, he's the one who turned me on to the whole Tartarian thing. But I've been at this shit since I don't know how long ago. Like I said, I really got into it on September 11th. That's when I started really getting into like.
I think that was it for a lot of people, dude. I think honestly, bro, for me,
I mean, I was always into the Kennedy thing. I never believed that Kennedy was shot from one bullet. And ever since I went there and I actually visited and I stood behind the fence of the grassy knoll and I saw we got shot, I'm even more convinced one dude did not pull that shit off, man. You know,
hey, dude, it doesn't make any sense. And dude, I walk in the city, you know, here.
Oh, wait, hold on a second. The Moore says JFK was not shot. Yeah, I didn't hear that one. I would love for you to just send us some links and shit. That would be awesome, dude, because I would love to get into that. I would love to look into that.
We'll dive deep into it. But yo, dude, going back to the architecture, right? So all this stuff was built like that building was built in 1880 or 1871. They started, so it's like right after the civil. Like,
yeah, it's crazy, right?
Like, dude, right after the Civil War, like you remember, like, dude, the country was decimated.
Yeah, they had to.
All the men were dead, dude. All the men were fucking dead, bro.
Yeah, right.
There's no dudes left.
Yeah, right.
Dude, we lost like 2 million Americans then, and then it's like, and then we didn't have slaves anymore, dog.
Yeah, that's what the whole shit was
lost
about.
Your labor force. So who built it?
I'm telling you, there had to be Mexicans involved. There had to be, dude. You know, whatever was the Home Depot back then, they was going by there, grabbing up their Mexicans, throwing as many as they can get on a horse, and then driving them over there for a shekel a day. You know, something like that. Yeah, that's a fucking legitimate question. How the fuck did they build all that shit with like the workforce depleted? You know, everything. And they also have to rebuild everything that got destroyed.
And bro, have you seen this?
Some motherfuckers is also building their houses again and shit like that. So it's not like they had every able body just working on that. You know what I'm saying?
Bro. Okay. All right. So you've been with me. You've been with me for
so who built it?
Hold on.
Who were you saying built it?
I don't know, dog. I don't know.
Aliens? Are we back to aliens?
No, dude, we're not back to aliens.
I am. I'm saying it was the Mexicans.
It's a little wordplay joke for you guys.
I wasn't trying.
Okay, so all right, so we've talked about Grace Cathedral, right? We've talked about my opinions on the neighborhood over here, right? We talked about this church and the style of this church.
Yeah.
Right. Now you've been to DC before, right, G?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember what the Smithsonian building looks like in DC?
No, I was very high when I went out to DC. I couldn't tell you what anything looked like other than the pointy shit. Oh, wait, is that it? It's all red like that?
Yeah, and it looks like they call it the castle.
It looks like a castle.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
very weird, is it not? And now, might I ask, you know, I see this is a flower that I see all over the place, and I don't know what it means yet, but every single piece of architecture that I look at that I believe looks Tartarian has this flower on it somewhere, and it's all over the place. It's on I have them downstairs on my building here, and now look, they got the cross and the balls on top.
Yep.
You know, the
Cross
cross.
some balls.
But then they also have these things, which are the ether chambers.
The traveling runners said, wait, Thamor says, yeah, all staged for TV. The Zapruder film came out.
Yeah, Zapruder.
Zapruder
Yeah.
film came out 13 years after the fact. I'm gonna check that out. I got something to do tonight. Thank you. I'm gonna look into that shit. I never even heard that he wasn't shot. You know, I was bugging out when I found out that they were saying fucking what's his name's father was down with the whole shit. Fucking the dude from Cheers, Woody Harrelson.
Ted Danson.
No, Woody Harrelson. They said his father was down with that. Then I looked up his father. His father, you know, I think he died in jail.
He was a hitman.
He was a hitman. Yeah, it's crazy, man.
Yeah, dude. So I went to
judge.
I went to this thing at a synagogue in Margate. There was a guy who wrote a book. He was a Jewish mobster, and he wrote a book and was doing like some sort of talk at like a synagogue. And you know, my dad loves, you know, all that old school like crime, you know, like 1940s, like mafia, you know, like type.
Yeah, I love all that shit.
Yeah. My dad's the same way. So I found out that it was happening, and we got tickets to go, right? So what this dude did was he ran slots. You know, he ran the games. Him and his dad had the gaming machines, and they would, you know, rent them out to the wise guy bars, take a piece, you know, for the illegal machines or whatever, right? They had the slot machines. This dude was saying that Jack Ruby, his last name is Jack Rubenstein, and he was actually a Jewish mob asset.
Yeah, I heard that. That was all part of the conspiracy, I think. You know,
but it was what was interesting was hearing it from an 80-year-old Jewish guy.
Oh yeah,
who didn't really have anything to do, and he wasn't like it's not like he's banging anymore. You know, he's almost dead. You know, But to hear him kind of he like sideways said it too. You know, and it was like an afterthought thing, and I was like, oh shit, dog.
Traveling Runner says it was the Mexicans, not the Mexicans. And I definitely agree, man. There were definitely Mexicans involved in those buildings, dude. There's no way. I mean, look at the work. You're telling me a bunch of white dudes who just finished fighting a war, you know, or did all the ex-slaves say, you know what, we'll look out for you real quick this one last time. You know, you're going to let us go, but before we go, we got you. We're going to help you build these crazy fucking things. Or did slavery ever really end?
Or did it ever actually happen?
Well, I'm not going to say that, dude. You're trying to get us thrown off every single platform in the world. There are people, and that actually isn't it going on now? It's going on now in Africa. They got slaves. It's going on now.
And they have slaves everywhere.
So
man.
yeah, so it's obviously they've been slaves to say that they haven't been slaves.
I got 3 in my basement right now.
I'm just saying, did they ever?
No, they're not black. They're Oriental.
Oh man, it sucks. It was fun. It was fun.
What the show? Or us working together? What are you saying? What's fun?
The show was fun. And life was fun. One day they're just gonna kill us. Just for saying something stupid, not for even saying anything smart. What do you think your birth certificate is? My birth certificate, isn't it some sort of like agreement that now I am part of the workforce of the United States of America? Some way to keep tabs, definitely some way to keep tabs or whatever. You know, I always thought it was just a paper to, you know, remember the day I was born and where it happened and what time.
Oh, yeah.
Who my parents were.
Of course that's what it was for, Gary.
That's what I thought.
Of course that's what it was for.
That's what I always thought it was for.
And your social security number, G, is just so you have a unique identifying number in case you forget your name. We can tell you what it is.
You know, the more says your mom and dad gave up their property to the state. Yeah, man. And what's fucked up is I did the same thing to my 2 kids.
But what are you supposed to do?
Well, yeah, what are you supposed to do? Do they even let you leave? I know right now they give you a hard time if you try to leave without getting them vaccinated. Can you leave without a birth certificate? I don't think you're allowed to. Traveling Runner says, remember when Chappelle did the MTV Crib skit and he had a sweatshop making him sneakers in his basement?
No, I don't remember that.
I do. That was great.
Yeah,
that was great. Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, well, do you have a choice? Some things you don't have a choice, right? I mean, if you want to get out the hospital and try to at least play the game, you do not get a birth certificate. Refuse to sign. But if you don't have a birth certificate, you're going to be like straight up black market for the rest of your life. You know, and I know that they give you a hard time if you try to leave without getting them vaccinated. You know what I'm saying?
Don't they take the baby away from you too at some point?
Baby away from
that
you,
really sketches me out, bro.
Yeah, that's where they
the
switch
longer.
it.
Well, definitely didn't happen with your two kids, bro.
Nah,
definitely not. I've never met Jasmine, but Sam is definitely your son.
Yeah, and Jasmine too, man.
Yeah.
You know, the question is, what does that mean? Yeah, that means they want to keep. I mean, in a sense, that's not evil, right? And of course, I will probably believe the evil side to it. But in a sense, that's not evil. You get the birth certificate so that we know that you're a registered citizen of our country, right? Like that would be what they sold everybody.
And that really right there is why we aren't free.
But
right there.
No.
Yes, dude, because you have to report to somebody.
No, I disagree.
Well, you're wrong, dude. I don't care if you disagree. No, hold on.
Let me tell you why I disagree.
No,
let me tell you why I disagree.
No, this is no civil discourse here, bro. No, you're going to say something. I'm going to tell you you're wrong. And then that's the end of it. We're not going to have some sort of discussion.
No, listen, what I'm saying is I'm agreeing with the comments that he's made, with the comments that the Moore is making, right? But what I'm saying is, if you look at it not in the evil sense, right, and you look at it as if it was true the way they laid it out, then a birth certificate would make sense because you do want to know how many citizens you have in your country. So you can keep a number of things. So you could also know how much stuff you need.
Are you trying to tell me if you believe in the propaganda?
I'm saying if it wasn't propaganda and if it was true, then there would be a need sort of for a birth certificate.
Did you get vaccinated, bro? I think you got vaccinated, dude. I really think you did, bro.
Actually, dude, you got vaccinated.
I think you got vaccinated.
And we have the receipts.
I think you got vaccinated.
Unless you're going to start deleting fucking episodes, we have the receipts. Dude.
I think you got vaccinated, dog.
You're the vaccinated one, dog. Okay? Forced by your family.
mRNA. They don't, dude. Obviously, they don't.
But I'm just saying, like, in that sense, no, I agree. Listen, I know our country's been sold off. I know all that stuff. I'm not talking as if I don't know. I'm talking as if I didn't know. I'm talking as if what they sold us was true. That's what I'm saying. In other words, there are certain things you need order. Right? I think we could all agree you need order in any society. There has to be some sort of order, which means the more stronger people take care of the weaker people in reality, because order is really for the weaker people. You know what I'm saying? Because, the people who can adapt and are stronger, they really don't need order because they can get away with just taking shit. You understand what I'm saying? So order needs to be developed to help the weaker people. And if you're going to have any kind of a government, you know what I'm saying? If you're gonna play the game the way they play it, you're gonna have any kind of government. Then as a government, you need to know how many people are in your country, how many people you're defending, how many people you need to make sure are fed. Not saying that we do that because we have people here that are starving and we're sending billions of dollars overseas. But the point I'm trying to make is, to me, then that's when you would need a birth certificate. It would make sense in that sense. So that's what I believed back in the day when I believed the propaganda. So let's go to some of the comments. So when I asked, what about the birth certificate? He says, then you take other steps to deal with having no birth certificate. Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Then you'd have to be like a straight up black market baby, in a sense where your whole life you're going to be on the black market buying shit and having to hustle shit from people who did take those steps. You're going to need those people in some sort of way as connections, or at least be real good at hacking shit and stuff like that. You know, the moral also says, what is the citizen? Citizen equals slave. What is a citizen? When you look up the word citizen, what does it say?
Yeah, so I was actually going on a couple little side rabbit holes over here, because he had another comment that was down here too. District of Columbia, where is Columbia? Who is Columbia? Washington D.C. country. The same thing with the word citizen, right? And also with Latin words, right? Like the discovery of the U.S., like everything is named Columbia or Columbian. The World Expos, they were called the Columbian Expositions, right? Also, so I'm trying to draw some loose strings.
Are you saying that everyone's actually Colombian and not African?
No, I'm not saying that, but I'm saying what does Columbia translate to? What is that in Latin? Because another part of the Tartarian thing is that they call Latin this like dead language, but it's really not. Latin is the root of most of our languages and a lot of our words. I mean, it's the root of Italian, Spanish, French, and like half of the English language. It's all Latin root words. But citizen in Latin. I mean, because that's where you really want to get it.
Yeah, you want to get it from the root word. Yes.
From Latin. So it'd be civis. Civis. Civitas. From the Latin civitas, literally community of citizens, citizenship.
Okay, so in itself, that word really didn't have no evil meaning to it in a sense.
Right.
But I'm sure they found a way to make it that way. Colombia translate to cocaine producer in Spanish. Hold on. The more also says, I'm down with the Constitution, epic document. The more, I'm pretty much kind of down with it. I feel like it was written with really good intentions. You know, it must have been because they keep trying to change it. You know what I'm saying? The government tells you that the government is the enemy, bro. Oh yeah, no doubt. I don't trust either side. You know, I hate that people think I'm Republican because the truth is I don't vote. I see myself as a visitor here, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm for I guess the best way to say Christian. I'm just a visitor here, man. You know, give it to Caesar what is Caesar's. I don't make those decisions. Take up arms to protect yourself. They're coming for you. It's sad to say, but I agree with you on that too. You know, you will link it to citation to cite.
What citation do you want?
I guess I'm not sure.
So I looked up the word Columbus, right? And the root word is colo, right? Hey, colo. Hey, colo. 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 Colo actually means
Marco Colo.
Foster, maintain, live in place, inhabit, till, cultivate, promote growth. Right. So Columbia would be the place to live, right? The place of living, or the place to foster, or the place to show growth, right? Because there's also a theory that Columbus isn't a fucking person, you know, that he was also this amalgamation of people, or really just out there to throw off the scent of how, you know, the world was actually discovered, you know, because it's like that was the party line. You know, Columbus sailed the ocean blue in 1492, but there are maps from like 1300 that show shit in the Americas. There's stuff in the Americas. We know that there were people here in the Americas.
Yeah, but that's when he sailed the ocean blue.
Allegedly, but this is like this is the crazy part to me, right? This is what boggles my mind, right? Is that, say you're the person who believes in everything that's on TV, Fox News, whatever you were taught in school. You watch CNN. You're just, dude.
Could you imagine what a dick that person would be to hang out with?
Yeah, bro. It's like 90% of America, man. Most of my family, you know.
But I have to work with and do comedy with.
Yeah. So you have these blue-haired, blue-pilled people, right? Who believe in everything, right? But what they were taught in school is that Columbus discovered America, right? we clearly know that that's not the case, right? And everyone is in agreement that that isn't true, right? So if you start with that lie, right, wouldn't it be good reason for you to dig a little bit deeper to see what else you were lied to about? But people don't do that, dude. They don't.
Well, I mean, dude, they don't even do that.
What me and you do. Do perfect case in point, Rinaldi.
And obviously,
Rinaldi for the
what
show
the more
that we
does.
had him on says, I don't want to talk about any mafia shit. And what are you talking about? Why would we bring up the mafia? Say, oh, I saw Philly crime. Like, but did you read what it said? No, it didn't.
Well, that alone made me say
on the show you were on.
Well, he clearly doesn't watch our show.
Well, no. I mean, of course, he doesn't watch the show. But I mean, dude, I don't give anybody shit for not watching the show. I actually, when I talked to him last night, I told him, I gave him a little bit of the rundown. I said, listen, bro, it's live. We talk about conspiracy theories. We're not cutting anything out. You know, there'll be no edits, right?
No edits.
So that's why you wanted to say.
You know, Gary likes to fuck with you.
Right, but dude, it's also, and bro, we would never, if there was something out that he didn't want out, we would fucking cut it, you know?
Oh,
yeah. I'm not gonna be disrespectful to somebody like that. Like, I'm not that much of an asshole. That I'm like,
kind of an asshole, but I mean, you know,
but not like that, dude. If someone's like, I really don't want that out for me, oh, fine, dude. Yeah. Whatever. And we've done that. But
yes. Well, we took down a whole episode for
the
brother.
Case in point.
What part do you want us to take out? Could you just take down the whole episode?
Episode 67 with Michael Good. And if you ever get fired from whatever job you're at, I'm putting it back up.
Well, he said we could put it back up. I don't think he got the job.
Oh yeah, he doesn't need a job, dude.
He's fucking great, man. Traveling Runner says, wait, are you saying that the news is not true? Say it ain't so. Yeah, man. It's so, man. I'm sorry to tell you that, Traveling Runner. Thamor says he is missing out. He was on earlier. I think you might have came on later in the show. He was on earlier for a little while, and I think we blew his head. I think he had to get off because he didn't come back when I told him we're still on. The Traveling Runner, I give
he's watching his baby today, dude.
Oh, that's right.
Today's
the Traveling Runner says, I give everybody shit for not watching the show. Probably explains why I have no friends. You could start there, and then, like he said, start going backwards. I don't know, man. It's a crazy world we're living in right now, and I can't lie. It's good to be a part of it. Aren't you excited?
It is, dude. It is great to be alive.
Aren't you excited? Aren't you excited to see like all this craziness? Isn't anybody really like just wondering how this is all gonna end up, man? Are all of us gonna be talking in person in a prisoner's camp one day? You know, talking about how we all met online, or is it all, like I say, gonna come to a brink where it looks like everything's about to go to shit, and then somebody is gonna settle it all? And that person is going to be praised and worshipped and adored. And then we're all going to get the chip. Well, not me, but that's when they're going to try to give everybody the chip. Let's see. I could be wrong. You know what I'm saying? And this ain't me predicting anything. This is me just looking at what's happening and following where I read this before. It's going to go. So we'll see what happens. I think, you know, right now we're hearing about wars and rumors of wars, and there's a lot of them. You know, I think we're going to get to a point where it looks like everything's about to pop. And then that's when the real fun begins. You know, Traveling Runner says the greatest reality show on earth. Us.
No, I think he means life.
Oh, life. Yeah, well, it's good to be a part of it. The more says everything is under control. I do agree. The chip. Are we back talking about soap? Yeah, man. They're gonna put it in the soap and you're gonna rub it right into your fucking skin. You know. Listen, what's today? Thursday? What were you gonna say? What are you gonna say? What are you gonna say?
It's not good.
Everything's not good.
No.
You know, I do want to say something real quick, dude. All right. This is where we go another half hour. I'm a big Daily Wire fan.
Okay.
You know? And I get like today, you saw I bought a couple of things I saw on Candace Owens, right? Because I like my homegirl Candace.
Yeah, I gotta be honest, I'm not a fan
of Candace.
Nah, just not of the Daily Wire, dude.
Oh,
you know?
I like the Daily Wire. Yeah. I don't agree with everything that they say. All right, but I do like them. But Michael Knowles, man, the other day, because he was reading about how they're saying there's less people drinking now, and that the reason behind that is that more people are smoking weed now instead of drinking. And he came out and said that alcohol is better than marijuana. And he's saying if you're going to do any of it, you should drink. And I want to say something, dude. You're completely fucking wrong. He says marijuana makes you dumb. It makes you dopey. It makes you not think. No, dude, that's coming from a person that probably tried it once and didn't really inhale. And I love Michael Knowles. I'm not trying to diss you, but I'm trying to say in this thing, you really don't know what you're talking about. Alcohol is a fact. It kills mad people in so many different ways. You know, and I drink. I'm a drinker and I smoke. If I had to stop one, the healthier move would be to keep smoking and stop drinking. That's the healthier move. And of course, the healthiest thing would be to
keep
stop
smoking and stop drinking. Is that what you're saying?
Stop drinking.
No, dude, no, absolutely not, dude. No way, bro. Oh, keep smoking weed.
Yes.
I thought you were talking about cigarettes.
No, I'm talking about weed. Oh, and he's trying to say cigarettes were better than weed too. And I'm like, you're bugging. Alcohol and cigarettes is not better than weed. Anyone who says that doesn't smoke. And let me make this clear. It's not for everybody. The same way drinking's not for everybody.
Correct.
And I know people sit there and go, I can't smoke weed because then I can't get off my couch. And I'm like, you stopped smoking 15 years ago and you still haven't been off your couch. What's the excuse now? Okay. So a lazy person is going to be lazy, whether it's alcohol or weed. It's going to affect them and they're going to use that as a crutch to be lazy. But when it comes to what's more healthier, and of course, I smoke blunts. That's not healthy. But if I did it in a fucking water bong, you know, like whatever, that's the more healthier way to do it. Whatever.
Yeah, or edibles, you know.
Or edibles. But
you know, eating, not smoking.
It's better than alcohol. Alcohol kills your liver. Alcohol, people get behind the wheel and run motherfuckers over. I don't know anyone who's ever smoked weed and ran over a bunch of people or get into car accidents for that matter. I'm sure a couple have, but it's not something you hear about a lot. Oh, this person was smoking weed and crashed. You know what I'm saying? And another thing too, I never woke up with a chick that I didn't want to be with smoking weed.
What about a dude? You ever wake up with a dude
weed,
that you
no,
don't want to be with
no.
smoking weed?
Weed don't make you make really, it might make you make dumb decisions, but not as bad as alcohol.
Not bad decisions.
Alcohol makes you make bad decisions.
Like you might buy 3 containers of ice cream.
Yeah, exactly.
One.
Yeah. Or, you know, you get into fights. You wind up fucking some chick or some dude you don't want to fuck. You know what I'm saying? Get the fuck out of here with saying that alcohol is better or safer. It's not in any way, shape, or form. The best way to do it is don't do any of that shit and take life on head on, you know, straight like a warrior. But fuck that. There's a lot of good drugs out there that, you know, can get you through it nice if you know how to fucking use it. If you don't abuse it, you know. And I'm not saying down with alcohol. I drink alcohol. But please don't try to say that shit is safer than no fucking way. And I'll also go a step further and say that alcohol is the gateway drug. Alcohol is the gateway drug. Let's go to some of the comments here. The Traveling Runner says, technically, we have the chip already in our cell phones. True, but they want it in us. The Traveling Runner says, I've never met an angry stoner yet, yet have met tons of angry drunks. Exactly. And then he also says, the only angry stoner I know is Gary when he gets a ticket. Angel dust is the safest drug. Nah, not really. Not really, man. I would never do that again. Oh, my God. It's horrible. It was horrible. 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 That's a horrible drug.
This is where we differ. I've smoked the dipper 7 times, maybe. Over 5, less than 10. Every single time it was fantastic. Dog.
Nah, man, horrible. I did it twice. One time, didn't really, you know, I was kind of scared. Probably didn't inhale. Second time, Mr. Potato Head, man. Feet up here.
Oh, yeah.
Couldn't move. Everything was, it actually looked like the movie.
And that was the other thing, dude. You don't like heroin.
No, man. I mean, I never tried it, but I also don't have no.
Well, I wouldn't recommend trying it now because it's not.
No, I have no desire. There was never a desire. I always go like this when I watch the movies. I'm like, oh, great, I get it. All right. Once he starts tying,
no, dude,
I know
no. Stop.
Oh, nah, even that, man. Even that. Nah. Haven't heard that word in a long time. Which word? The more, which word? So many of them. Oh, stoner. Is it stoner?
Thermopylae? You haven't heard Thermopylae in a while?
Angel dust. Angel dust.
Well,
I'm just saying
just
that
come,
was one of the
come on the
things.
show.
Yo, it's funny that you said that, Traveling Runner, about never met an angry stoner. That was one of the things. And like I said, actually, this is when I first stopped believing. This is when I first stopped believing that I started knowing the government was lying. When I first got high on weed, I was hanging out with a bunch of dudes who I was used to getting drunk with, and we would rob people, throw bottles, fucking slap box and all buggy shit, and like fucking be very aggressive, even fight each other sometimes. And then we were all smoking, and nobody was thinking about that shit. Nobody was trying to cause no trouble. We were laughing. We were talking crazy, deep conversations. Some of it was foolish, of course, but that's part of the fun of getting high, especially when you actually get high. I don't actually get high anymore. I've been smoking for years. I get very normal. I do everything, I wake up, go to the bathroom, smoke a blunt, and go back to sleep. You know what I'm saying? But heroin gives you balance. You ever see those dudes leaning and never falling over? How do they do that? It definitely gives you balance, but I'd rather be off balance a little bit. Life is better when you're a little off balance. Oh my God, a new shirt. Write that down.
Say it again. What was it?
I said life is better when you're a little off balance. Thamora says, was watching Fox News 2 years after 9/11. They had a Dr. Stephen Jones, BYU professor, on. Didn't let him talk. Oh yeah, that's not odd. If a person starts talking truth, they cut him off quick. That's why, if you ever notice, not to sound religious, but if you ever notice, when anybody starts talking about Jesus, they always lose reception. All of a sudden, they got to cut. That's it.
BYU, they're Mormons. Brigham Young is that's the Mormon school. So here's this guy, BYU professor on paid leave for 9/11 theory. This is an article from 2006. Gene Kennedy reporting Brigham Young University administrators are trying to find out the extent of one professor's involvement in blaming 9/11 on the government. According to copyrighted Desert Morning News article, Dr. Stephen Jones is on a paid leave suggesting the government is responsible for the destruction of the World Trade Centers. Jones is a physics professor involved in what is called the 9/11 Truth Movement. Jones believes unnamed government agencies orchestrated the fall of the Twin Towers. He says there's evidence to back it up. 2 weeks ago, he published a paper called Why Indeed the World Trade Center Buildings Collapse. Oh my God, we're definitely finding this. In it, the professor says the towers fell not because of the planes hitting them, but because of pre-positioned demolition charges. Steve Jones, physics professor, the chain of events concluded that indeed there does seem to be some insiders, in other words, not just hijacked planes, but also others setting these thermite cutting charges in the World Trade Center.
Well, we know what to look into next time. On that note, man, I actually got to get some breakfast in me. What time is it? 3:30. I eat breakfast at different times than everybody else, man. My days are different. Then Dr. Judy Wood, Virginia Tech professor. We're going to look into all this stuff. Yo, great to have you on board.
Yes, Tuesdays and Thursdays, for more 12 p.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. We're live.
Yeah, man. Like and subscribe. Tell your friends, man. Join the family. Thanks for coming out. If you want to follow Brian at Brian T. Licata. Follow me at Gary G. Garcia, man. Once again, that is the show. And if you've been here the whole show, man, fucking God bless you, man. Thanks, fellas. I'm on it. No doubt. Thank you for coming on, man. Thank you all for listening. You know we love you guys. Michelle, kisses and hugs to you. God bless y'all. Stay safe.